beans.
Yes.
Yay! I
So
was like, what happened last time? Oh, that's right.
so in Vasselheim, you met up with Osmond Lubenhelm. Um, and you had all kinds of discussions with him. Um, he asked about what you were doing, what you were looking for, where you were planning to look for those things. Um,
One thing I don't remember is I know at least initially William had been like, "Oh, we're looking for such and such," and had not given him accurate information. But did Ragnar then immediately blow our cover in the next conversation?
Ragnar told him everything, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
well, Signe started the I'm going to tell him everything. She didn't tell him everything at that point, but then the second conversation that you had when he met you at the inn is where you guys spilled the beans on pretty much everything.
Yeah.
And then he was
Ragnar
like,
started, I
"Oh
think Ragnar,
no,
yeah.
Yeah,
Ragnar and
the
Signe
only
both started kind of going, and then Griswold was going, all right, since we're telling him everything. Well, here is everything.
yeah,
yeah, I think the only one I wasn't sure of is because I knew that Griswold had actively lied about where our
Yep.
next destination was. I didn't
Hmm.
know if we came clean about that at some point and we're
Oh,
like,
yeah. Well, we
actually
never
we
came
lied to you.
clean to the point of saying, like, we lied to you, but we did come clean to saying, oh, no, now we think our next location is going to be Dathlider.
Gotcha. Okay, that's all I needed to know.
yeah." And we ended. No, of course, just prior to that as well, you determined that Allie was going to have to basically, for lack of a better term, join the Temple of Sarenrae to make amends for her past misdeeds, we'll call them. She was not conscious at the point to make that decision. She did have her hand and eye restored by the cleric, who I can't see where I put his name. Where was his name?
Larry.
Cleric man.
Cleric man. Um. So yeah, there was that, and we ended with you seeing the real Oswald with his family entering Vasselheim.
And I believe Griswold was at the inn where you first met him, or tavern where you first met him, or
Yeah, I
something.
was paying off the innkeeper to not spread any rumors or
Well,
anything. I think.
you were going to, but determined that he was not trustworthy, and I
Oh,
believe
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, so you didn't give him any money because you determined that he was not
Yeah.
someone that you should.
I was
trust.
trying. Yeah, I was trying to.
And that's so
I'm
yeah.
sure everything's fine.
So yeah, so yeah, that's where we left off. Coming in.
So
from the
just to be sure, one last time, they saw him, not me.
correct.
Okay, so I'm still just going about walking to meet them at like the teleportation place.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Ragnar, upon saying that, would immediately tell Callum to tell the matron that our plans might be compromised.
Noted. Can do. Callum does
And
not seem to particularly care that we just saw your actual brother, but he will kind of do his best to get away from the hustle and bustle to send that message.
yeah, and Ragnar would move up to Osmond.
And yeah, he is with his lovely wife Juliet and his son, who you have not seen since he was a baby, and would now be nearly 5.
Osmond?
Wait, he came back?
He will look utterly shocked to see you at this point, and just kind of like immediately start looking around to the general area, and he just sort of motions. He grabs a hold of Juliet and Elias, and then just kind of moves them over to kind of the edge of a building, not back into an alley really, but just sort of out of the fray of all of the people.
Yep, Ragnar would move along as well.
What are you doing here? And he's whispering.
We came here to get help for someone. Um, we thought we were speaking to you, but there was someone who looks like you, and now I'm just surprised and confused.
He also looks kind of confused. So, someone who looks like me.
Yes, I think someone's masquerading under your name, using your face, except he had a beard. He knew information about us.
And when you say he had a beard, I actually just shaved.
Oh,
Um,
did you see us before, or?
no.
Not that recently. I seem to remember you mentioning his physique was a little different, if I'm correct.
Correct. The real Osmond is
The one we're talking to now. Debatable which one's real.
yes. The one that you're talking to now is a fair bit more muscular than the guy that you were talking to before.
Signe will walk up behind him. Well, behind Ragna. Oh, I think we just messed up.
I think so too. Did Griswold ever tell Regna that the other Osmond is like doing shady stuff?
Did we know he was?
I mean, the only thing is
He implied to us that he was down with like killing people.
and you
And
didn't
I
feed him
know
the
for a
shady
fact
thing.
and I know for a fact that Ragna was that that Signe knew that because there was a response there of like about goddamn time.
I think Ragnar was there for that conversation, though.
Mm-mm. No, Regna was gone for the
I think
first
that was when it was
conversation.
just I think that was when it was just you and Signe and maybe Arvid.
I mean, he
Okay.
would have told you everything that happened, but I don't remember if I actually did tell you.
Well, first of all, oh my god, I'm so happy to see you. You look great, Juliet. Holy cow, you're as beautiful as ever, and I can't believe Elias is this big. What a cutie! And second of all, yeah, there's someone masquerading as you. He's down for killing people. Runs out of a shady tavern. He says he uses for business. And are you guys safe here?
No, we're not actually.
Need help getting somewhere?
Well, we're not staying, but I don't know that we need help, really. There's Juliet, by the way. We won't see her in combat, so there's her token.
Maybe
Ooh, she is
just
very pretty.
tell us what you've been up to. Admittedly, Signa and I have been on another plane for a while. We came just a few days ago. Or more than a few days ago. I don't know the time.
Well, should be aware I was made a warden of Vasselheim.
Yes.
And I'm so proud of you.
Well, the people of Vasselheim are a bunch of cowards, and they're calling all of these people in here to hide behind the walls and let the rest of Isilra burn, and I'm going to do something about it.
Oh?
What is that gonna be?
You can see it looks like he like kind of goes up to his face, because I don't know if you like people that a lot of times men that have beards will kind of stroke their beard when they're thinking or nervous or whatever. You can tell that he kind of goes up to do that, and then sort of realizes that he had just shaved his beard and kind of just rubs the side of his face a little bit, and it's like, well, I don't know how much you are aware of the things that are happening around here, but our home is now home to dragons.
Oh yeah, no, we're totally gonna go in and murder the crap out of that undead one.
Okay, well, I believe that I have determined where the red dragon might spend time, I guess. I don't think it lives there, but
Maybe we should kill the red one too. As
How you're
she
speaking my language.
says to Signe.
well, the thing, the difference is in this, where when you met the other Osmond, he seemed slightly different, sort of more jovial, more happy. This him being very serious, and he was much more like hot-headed, like Signe and Marcus, and willing to fight before he was willing to talk about it. Juliet being the opposite, she's very good at diplomacy, but this, when you're talking to him now, him talking about going to just kill a dragon, seemingly by himself, makes sense.
I suppose, well, I mean, we're gonna go kill a dragon eventually, so we can kill the red one too.
I'm not sure that's necessarily the best idea.
Well,
Oh, hello.
And as Callum is coming back from his little, hey, we're in trouble, maybe, just an FYI, it's the, we should be moving along. I appreciate that you have just met your brother for a second time, but given the nature of our earlier conversation, the sooner we leave, the better.
I suppose that's true.
Long story short, Rhea's running a cult. We're working for her.
Are you sure that you want to share this information again with another person you just walked into?
It's fine. We're already messed up once. What's compiling it, right?
Unless this one's the fake?
Yes. So we're working for her. She's doing good. She's fighting undead. We're about to go negotiate with an elder vampire. Then we're gonna go fight a fury and take their mask, and then we're gonna go kick some dragon ass.
I don't know what it would be, but just for the sake of it, we'll say that Osmond talks about something that happened in your childhood that literally only you guys would know. To try and because if Callum's coming up and saying that, he's just gonna be like, I'm Osmond, right? So he'll say something that literally no one but the three of you would know.
Yeah, at that, Ragnar would immediately turn to Callum and be like, "That's him. We should have asked that such a question sooner."
You said the last one was him too.
And he
I do
didn't
not mean to be rude, merely cautious. We do need to move on either way.
One last thing. I just wanted to make you aware, Osmond, about this look-alike running around as you and claiming to be you. I don't want you to get in trouble for things that you haven't done.
I'm already a bit of a pariah here in Vasselheim anyway. If your plan is to fight the Black Dragon, I don't know, maybe it would be helpful to come up with a plan instead of just rushing out of here. For example, I don't know, maybe killing the red dragon would draw the ire of a black dragon. And also, maybe it's not a good idea to attack a dragon in Stormhaven.
Why? It's
Um,
already pretty wrecked.
We could ask where the red dragon is.
I know where the red dragon is, or at least where it occasionally goes.
Could we get that information?
He sort of suspiciously looks at Callum.
Callum looks at him suspiciously back.
Don't worry about this guy. This is Callum. He was helping treat Rhea at some point. He's just really against death in a kind of unhealthy way.
Right. Well, we're going to Abengora first, where Juliet and Elias will be relatively safe and not have the issues that we're all currently having here in Vasselheim. But in the forest between Abengora and Dragonwell, there is an old ritual site, we'll call it. Not really a temple, but kind of a, I don't even know what to call it. Something where they used to make offerings, and my contacts have seen this dragon who they believe is Indocent, the name of the dragon.
Matt, I'm gonna DM you a question.
So it's about 25 miles outside of Abengora in the forest. You're welcome to come with me. If not, I will scout it out on my own.
You want to go there first or do the vampire first? She whispers to the other two, not too quietly.
You know, it'd be extra cool. She also whispers back, not so quietly. If we showed up with a dragon heart offering to the elder vampire.
All the vampires like that?
I have no idea, but if it's full of blood, then why not, right?
I
Well,
guess that's true.
I could probably get us right next to Abengora with, as long as you get me close enough to a large tree.
Well, there is also there's a portal. It would be cheaper to go your way than
Yeah.
but there is a portal to Abengora from Vasselheim, which is what that's what Osmond's plan is. That's why he's here.
I've been to Abengora before, being in an elven city, and I can walk through trees and bring others with me. So, if you wish, and I find a large enough tree for people, we can quite literally walk there within seconds.
And it's free?
Well, as long as it's a place I've been to, yes.
And you could
Like
easily
that
enough
idea.
get us right back here to move on to the next destination.
As long as I know the whereabouts of a tree big enough for us, yes.
Which you would need to be able to leave in the first place.
There we go.
But it
As much as
also cost 1,000 gold.
as much as I'm opposed to killing this other dragon, it seems to solve two problems at once. Both giving us a better foothold on the objective that we were considering likely the most difficult, and also diverting our trail.
I will also point out that if I take us this way, I will need a rest. It takes a lot of magic. It's not an easy thing to do.
Well, I think Callum and I have been using our resources and magics to help others all day. I wouldn't mind a rest as well before we fight a dragon.
So
I'd be
yeah,
happy to
That's
kill
true.
you again, my lady.
so yes, if you want to do that, I'll take us to Abengora and, well, we can have a rest and your brother can take us to where we need to go.
I like this plan.
I think May is getting way too excited. She's like, yes. It's just a steady build of excitement. Like, we're getting back together, you know, like the band's reuniting.
Plus, it's not every day you get to cross a continent through a tree in seconds.
I'll see if I can find William.
Okay.
Thank you, Callum.
So did you notice anything specific about this person that you said looked like me?
He had a leaner build.
And he had the beard. He was happier. Uh, almost
No offense.
jovial.
Is there any way I can recall physical or tonal aspects that could have been different from the one I'm talking to right now?
I mean, the main thing is that nobody cast any sort of like detect magic or anything, so you don't know how this person was appearing.
If it was like an illusion or
Well,
whatever.
I mean, like less appearance, but more speech patterns.
He had an unusual ring. I remember that.
And you notice that the original guy that you met was not wearing. He was wearing a ring of mind shielding, but not a Luvenhelm signet ring, which is another thing that you notice that is what Osmond in front of you is still wearing a Luvenhelm signet ring, even though technically you all aren't lords and ladies anymore.
Signy's gonna look at it kind of sadly and just, I'm sorry, I lost mine in the hells.
You have. Did Signy have their fathers? No?
No, I gave that to Rhea because Rhea deserves to have a memento of Dad too.
Oh, right. I hope that the information we could give is something. We can, or Griswold or William, as you know him, can also tell you the location of the tavern where he works out of.
Just curious, we had hired someone to be kind of a groundskeeper, and they were very, very, not initially, but eventually became rather suspicious and then disappeared a couple of weeks ago without saying anything. Now that has me a little concerned. You haven't seen any halflings running around, have you?
He wasn't a halfling. But did you see any in the tavern, Signy?
No, because he shooed the drunkards out.
And the drunkards were not halflings either.
Nope.
I mean, a disguise self spell could increase height, if I remember correctly. A little bit, but not enough to get
Not
to your
much,
height.
right?
No, there are other.
Well, now I'm
spells that
thinking
can do
about
that.
it. It was crazy how accurate his voice was to yours.
He also knew information about Rhea and where our stepmother is staying, and I don't know if that's common knowledge. I don't know if it would be.
No, but if this person was spying on my family, we've had discussions about Rhea in the past, Juliet and I.
Do you
Makes
think we
sense.
should? Do you think we should confront him before we go?
Oh, I think I should totally chop his head off.
Callum is not there to say anything.
Yep. I'm off trying to find the rogue,
So do
who's
a
probably gone to ground at this point.
no. So do a do an investigation check, and then because I mean, Griswold was coming to you guys, so it's not like
Yeah, I
you
think
should-
we were both. They were going, if I remember correctly, west, and I was going north to get to the tavern.
yeah. So all eventually we're going to meet in the Abundant Terrace, which is where
Yeah.
the. So
Yeah.
the investigation, the DC on the investigation shouldn't be very high. We'll say that, because he's coming
All right.
towards you anyway.
Yeah, that was let's hasten this along, especially because we might change course. Investigation. Here we go. One of my worst skills.
And not a great roll either. For fun, Griswold, roll a stealth check. Because I'm sure you're not trying to. Okay, so yeah, he doesn't see you.
All right.
Yeah.
Would I
Not
end
that
up?
you're not specifically trying to be stealthy, but I would imagine you're also not like running through the streets with your arms up in the
Would
air.
I see him?
Do a perception check.
Would I see a confused bum walking around looking for someone?
I mean, lots of them.
Yes.
Hey.
There you go.
All right.
You see him
As-
just wandering, the homeless
yeah.
man with his tattered clothes.
Callum, you feel a tap on your shoulder, and he goes, what happened? I was coming to meet you.
It seems that Ragnar and Signe have run into their brother again. Different.
Well, different. What do you mean different?
Doesn't remember seeing any of us before. With his wife and child. Bit bulkier, bit more sullen.
And you see his face like kind of just drain of color and just, oh, that's not good.
No beard either, though apparently that's a recent change.
Okay. All right. Where were they? Let's get back. Yeah, let's get
Follow
back.
me.
Yeah, and now, I mean, as long as Callum is up for it, we'll move faster to get back.
Oh yeah, is Callum up to moving fast? He will
Well, I
have
mean,
a
he
light.
also likes to take his time and walk, so I didn't know if he wanted to run.
He'll go at a light jog and see if
Okay.
you can keep up.
Yep.
So let's see. Any of you that are already there, so basically just not those two. If you want to roll an Arcana check.
Oh, my massive +1.
You know, that's better than I anticipated.
I got a 12.
Osmond got an 8.
Hmm.
But Ragnar, you would be familiar with, like, polymorph, for example, would also change someone's voice as well. So it is likely not disguise self, but something like polymorph could replicate the effects that you seemingly saw.
Maybe alter self.
Right.
Yeah, Ragnar would tell the others of the other possible magical options.
Yeah, you know what? That's equally bad. I'm not a fan of that.
Well, that's kind of the downside of using illusion magic to different degrees or transmutation. You can never really know who's who or what's what.
So I've
Well-
been thinking real hard for a minute, just real quick. Ragnar, you should go check on your girlfriend.
Yeah, I will be right back, and Ragnar's gonna hurry off.
It'll be a while. It'll take you probably an hour to get there and back, at least. Because you're on the other side of the city at this point.
At this point, although I didn't say, Ragnar would have brought her horse with her.
Yeah,
If
because
it is allowed.
we were going to teleport away, so that makes sense.
Well,
Yes.
to be fair, you have to go through the quad roads, which is the most crowded place in the city. So on a horse isn't really going to be much faster. In fact, it might be slower. Because
She's gonna. She's not smart. She's gonna ride the horse, and then realize she's getting stuck, and then get frustrated, and then leave the horse and continue going.
Osmond is going to, because you'd previously, I think Ragnar was the one to ask. Now she's leaving, but about trying to find this guy. To which Signe wanted to chop his head off. And Osmond says, how would we even look for someone who? I assume they're not going to keep looking like me.
That's true, but if they're trying to keep tabs on you, I'm sure an opportunity will raise its head.
So, the man that we had hired was a halfling named Iggy. Maybe we can look.
Wait
Ask
a
around?
minute. Wait a minute. I think I know that little twerp.
Okay.
He committed murder. Yeah. She just gets the misty-eyed look of memory lane.
So yeah, at the outpost, you did meet a halfling named Iggy Thrushtail who gave you that box that
Yeah,
killed Charles Blackwater.
Charles Blackwater. Yeah, he killed Charles Blackwater with a mystery box full of choking smoke.
Did he transform or anything when you saw him before?
Nope. Nope, just played us for fools. Got us framed for murder.
Well, not ideal.
What'd he do to you?
Well, obviously he's been keeping track of all of us for one reason or another.
Yeah, at the level he's operating at, though. Surprised he hasn't tried tricking you into anything.
Well, he found out enough to impersonate me pretty convincingly, I guess.
What a headache.
About this time, Callum and Griswold will be back.
Is that who gave you all that godforsaken box?
Iggy, yes. You remember him too.
Callum was
No.
there when the box went off.
I
We
was
met
in
him
the
in the
room
forest
when we
after.
opened it. I never met the man who gave it to you.
Fair enough.
I assumed it was something of yours.
What? No. Do I look like a complicated woman?
I know of only a few things that you like, and it seems like that box would achieve several of them.
No, it's too high tech for me.
Hello, Admin. Good to see you again.
Likewise.
So what's going on? And he kind of looks back and forth between them. He goes, "Where's Ragna?
I sent her to go check on her girlfriend.
You sent her away when there's someone pretending to be your brother in the city by herself."
The shapeshifter, presumably,
And Griswold just
who's
face
actively
palms and
targeting
starts.
us.
Griswold just face palms and just, "I'll get a hold of you if anything goes wrong," and he just starts running towards the tavern. Or towards the temple tavern
Yeah,
duo.
the temple of.
Callum spent enough time there. He'll follow Griswold.
All right, well, Signe, you can play with your nephew for a little bit.
Oh, buddy. Oh, that reminds me. You want to see a really big doggy?
He would also probably be absolutely terrified of you, by the way.
Who would be?
Elias probably would be.
Oh, that's okay. It's just because I'm a big, strong, mad lady, isn't it?
Big old axe. Probably hasn't seen too many of your stature and demeanor. And he's doing that thing that little kids do, you know, like where he's kind of like hiding behind his mom's leg, but peeking his head out.
How would you like to see a flower grow out of her nose?
He just giggles.
I'm gonna put my hand next to Signe's nose, use druidcraft and sleight of hand a flower out of her nose.
She'll do her best to feign surprise.
Nice.
Stupid shit.
Real quick, as we start running, Callum, Griswold waits for you for a second and just says, "I don't think we should keep splitting up. You should stay, keep them together, and I can get a message to you as soon as I get with Ragna."
Are you sure?
I I I did some studying. I can send you a message from wherever I want. Yes.
All right then.
You'll hear it like you have heard me speak in your head before, and you won't be able to respond with too many words, but you can give a response if anything happens to you either. And he just starts running again.
Do a athletics check to get through the crowd.
Acrobatics?
Yeah,
Doesn't it?
okay, sure.
Oh, I can do either. It doesn't matter.
He just does the crowd surfing version of stepping on everyone's head.
All right, so I would say you probably catch up to Ragna before, considering she was trying to get through a crowd of people on a horse first, and her big armor and all of that. She's probably you're probably able to catch up to her. I'm not gonna have her roll because it's just obvious.
All right, and I'm assuming I come up and it's clearly her, same armor, same everything.
Yeah, you know, she's just trying to push her way through the crowd.
I will run up. I'll grab her shoulder and I'm just gonna say, "It's you, yes? Real
Yes,
you?
yes, it's you, real you. Yes.
Yeah. Uh, and I'll show her the new dagger that her sister gave me.
And Ragna would show her sword.
Right. I just got back. Callum found me. Didn't want anyone to be by themselves, so he's keeping your sister and Callum together, and me and you can go uh check on Allie, and then I'll send them a message and let them know what the plan is.
Okay, at this point, I don't think it's anyone. I don't think it would be safe for anyone other than, like, for her to have any visitors unless it's us.
Yes, especially considering that we did tell them to expect your brother to visit.
Mm.
So, all right, here, follow me, and he'll kind of just try to lead her through a way that he like has gotten used to moving through crowds and stuff to see if he can make her go faster.
I just realized he also ran past Nell the horse, who's just been left there.
Which probably would have worried him at first, but so yeah, as you can get through the quadros eventually, get to the Braving Grounds, and then almost on the complete opposite side of the city compared to where you started in the Abundant Terrace, is the Temple of Sarenrae. As you
Just,
enter in, sorry,
just
go ahead.
scanning first before anything. Does it look like anything is amiss? Like, like, does anything look like bad shit has happened around here recently, like crowds or anything? Okay.
Pretty much the same as last time you saw it.
Okay.
When you enter in, you can see off to the side where Allie is, but she's actually sitting up and conscious, and she is wearing some robes that appear to be of like lower leveled. You can't tell if that's just like because the clothes that she had on were all torn up and stuff, and they're just giving this to her so that she can walk around without feeling like crap, I guess. But she's wearing these robes, and you can see she is kind of flipping because the ring that she gave you, Ragnar, you get put back to her, and she's actually sort of just like flipping it through her fingers in her newly formed hand. Kind of
When
looking
Griswold
down at
sees it, he just stops at the door and just like motions for Ragna to go.
Ragna will let out a gasp and kind of keep her hand over her mouth as she runs over to Allie. Hi. And she kneels.
She looks at you and kind of at first kind of surprised, and you see she kind of sits up, but then she kind of slumps back down and looks kind of sad and just holds the ring back out to you.
Oh, thank you. I wanted to make sure that you knew I would be coming back. I left a note as well. How are you doing?
I don't know.
Yes, that's understandable. It's a lot to take in. You can keep my ring, you know. I'll always come back for it. And you?
But I got it for you.
Mm. How about this? And Ragna will give her signet ring over and say, well, the Luvenhelms aren't the most liked at the moment because of the things going on in Stormhaven. My brother's relationship with Juliet. But, I mean, you can keep it. And then I need to get you a proper ring. I was searching for one before I couldn't find a good one.
She'll take the ring, and you can see that as soon as she gets it, like her hand starts to shake a little bit, and you can see kind of a tear come down her face, and she's like, your dad died because of me, and I had his ring.
That's okay. I knew that when we found the ring. I know that you weren't in your right mind.
I didn't actually. I didn't kill him. It's just it's my fault.
And Regda would take her hands in her hands and say, I don't care about that. You're here to redeem yourself if you want and to get better. And just know that I don't blame you. And, yeah.
She just kind of lets out a little bit of a sigh. I think I have to stay here for a while.
It's fine. I'll come and visit. You'll learn to be a cleric or a paladin, maybe even. You'll be kind of like me, although now I'm less a paladin, I guess.
She just kind of nods, and you can see that, like, she does look. It's like, best I can describe it, she's sort of acting like someone who has a concussion. Like, she doesn't really seem like she's. Oh, it's almost like she's almost about to fall asleep. Like, she seems to sort of be in and out of, like, being responsive.
Lights are on, no one's home.
Yeah.
Just, I do need to leave again to kill some things, defeat some dragons. But just know I'll coming back. If you ever feel lonely, just look at the ring, okay? Read the note I left you.
She'll kind of slowly nod, and then she'll just give you a big hug.
He hugs her back.
Well, when I see them start hugging, I'll kind of approach and is the cleric around at all?
He's not standing in that general area, but you looking around the temple, you could probably find him.
All right. Griswold will walk up and just give Allie a pat on the shoulder after they're done and just say, "Good to see you back. I just need to have a chat with our friend over here real quick." And he's gonna walk past and go to the guy.
Okay.
Griswold's gonna come back and just say, "Uh, I'm sorry to bother you. We were supposed to be gone, but we couldn't in good faith leave you without knowing. It appears someone has deceived us. The person we thought that was Ragnar's brother who would be coming to check in on Allie from time to time was actually an imposter, someone who may have ill intentions for their family. So, for the time being, unless it is one of us, perhaps you can tell us some sort of message to use. But if it's not someone that you can 100% trust, we would rather not let anyone in to see Allie if that's possible."
We will take extra care.
Uh, we don't know exactly what it was, if it was magical or uh, we don't know how he changed his look, so he could be someone else next time. So It's just just let it be known that there is someone out there who can disguise themselves very well, and they may be looking to get close to Allie at some point.
Well, we will keep an eye on her. She has quite a long recovery ahead.
And one other thing, if it is okay with you, uh, I have begun learning a bit of arcane spells. Would it be okay with you if once in a while I would send you a message to check in on her?
Of course.
Right. Well, if you hear this voice in your head, just know you can respond back. It might not be the longest message, but you could at least let us know how she's doing.
Fair enough. Just you mentioned a password or whatever. If just mention the Dawn Flower, so that I know
Flower.
it's
Griswold will nod and offer his hand out to shake and just say, "We appreciate it, and if we put the temple in any sort of danger, we do apologize. It was not meant to be this way."
well. Hopefully, Allie has not done anything to incur the wrath of this specific person. Anyway,
It seems more as if it's the Ragna's family that he has taken an interest in, not so much Allie.
right?
He'll give a nod and he'll just, all right, Allie, Ragna. And he kind of looks at Allie. He goes, Ragna, this is her, yes? For sure?
Yes.
Right. Allie, I don't know if Ragna's told you yet. There has been a bit of a mistake. We thought we ran into her brother, but it was actually someone disguised who seems to have some ill intentions for herself and her family. So we need you to be extra careful while you're staying here. Is that all right?
She just kind of shrugs, like, "I okay."
Right. If the next time any of us talk, to be sure it is each other, the mention of a dawn flower is what the cleric came up with to ensure that it is the real us that is speaking.
She just nods.
Right. Uh, and I'll leave you to it. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna send word to Callum. Ragnar, do you want them to come here, or should we still meet them?
I think we should meet them.
Very good. I'll tell them to meet us at the. Thinking back as we've run around the city, does Griswold know where any big trees are?
I mean, there are plenty of them in the terrace.
Okay. So then Griswold will say, "All right. Well, I'll tell them to meet us in the Abundant Terrace. There's plenty of trees there for Arvid to do his transportation." Um, and he'll just give a nod to Allie and just say, and just so you know, I can keep you updated. And you can respond back. I can't do it extremely often, maybe once or twice a day at the absolute most. But if anything does happen, I'll get a hold of. I'll send message to you. If you hear my voice in your head, just know that's what I'm doing, and you could respond back.
Okay.
He'll nod and just look to Ragnar. I'll be out front when you're ready.
Okay.
And I'll just go cast sending, and I'll tell Callum to meet us at the Abundant Terrace. That's where the most trees are in the city.
Callum will pass this message along to Arvid and to Signac. We need to go if we're going to meet the others to leave.
And Ragnar would just give another hug, whisper some words of affirmation and things like that, and then get up and smile back at her as she kind of slowly walks away.
I believe Allie actually knows sending also, so
Yeah, that works.
She was a bard.
she was originally a bard. Indeed. I haven't decided how I want to like adjust her now from barbarian.
I mean, Barbarian is a fun multi-class.
Alrighty. So you guys can make your way back.
As we do, I mean, he's not great at it, but Griswold wants to keep an eye out for anyone that looks suspicious, like they're being followed or watched.
Perception.
We'll do the same. She will do it with help from Poe. 10. And she will also telepathically tell Nell to come along through the crowd.
Hopefully you didn't have anything valuable in the saddlebags.
Nope. Rigna's strong enough.
Elias, do you want to run? Do you want to ride on Aster?
I don't think Aster's with you.
It seemed that we would have taken her with us because the temple wouldn't want to keep her.
That's fair.
Unless she's Allie's emotional support wolf.
Does Allie need an emotional support wolf?
You probably need something at this point.
It
Yeah.
would probably help avoid getting your dog killed a second time.
And she has technically now spent more time with Allie than the rest of you.
That's fair. I'll put some
So-
gold coins in a pouch tied around Aster's neck. Say, go find Allie, girl. You got this.
And she's actually very intelligent, so we will have the two of them be in the temple for future reference.
So I sent her away with 20 gold.
All right.
When we're walking back, Griswold will tell Ragna about how when he went back to give word to the barkeep that the guy seemed very shifty and untrustworthy, so he didn't tell him anything or anything like that, and just kind of it makes sense why whoever that was would have used that place to do business with someone like they're running it.
Yes, that does make sense. When you get the chance, tell Osmond exactly where the tavern is and the person running it.
Right? Do we have any idea who's interested in you all?
It might be Iggy. Do you remember him?
Doesn't. Not really. Where did we know him from?
He was at the outpost. He was the one who gave us.
He's the guy who gave us that trapped chest.
Yes.
Huh. Does that name ring a bell to you from before the outpost or anything? It seems like he's kind of interested in your family.
Does it ring a bell?
Nope.
No, I think that was our first interaction with him.
You
I-
found him
I've seen
originally
him.
in the prison cell in.
Yeah. I've seen him and met him. I can talk to him right now too. If you want me to try to find out where he is.
No, I think that would put him on guard. I mean, he's been impersonating Osmond. We can ask him if he wants to do that.
All right, well then let's to the terrace and we'll figure everything out from there.
All right. So you all meet up again as you've been running all over Vasselheim.
And just because he reminded me, I will immediately tell Osmond the name of the tavern and where it was and stuff like that.
Yep. He knows. He doesn't know the barkeep, but he knows what you're talking about.
So, just to confirm, I'm taking everyone, including the horse?
The horse can be dismissed, but I mean, if she can come along without being dismissed, that would be nice.
Well, it's kind of like everyone in a single file and you run through the tree.
Well, before we decide on that, if and he'll look to Osmond again. I I can try to get hold of the Ziggy person if you want me to try to find out where they are. I don't know if you would rather have them not know you're thinking it's them, but I have met them before and I can try to get a hold or try to talk to them.
There might be a problem with that plan. If you got a ring of mind shielding, that means you can't do that?
Oh, does that I actually thought that just meant I can't find him, not that I couldn't talk to him.
You can talk to him if he allows it.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Never mind.
So he would know that you were contacting him, and then he would decide if he wanted to reply. Is basically
Okay.
what.
Yeah. Then if it's not guaranteed that I can talk to him, it's probably not worth alerting him. Are is Osmond? Are you coming with us? What about your wife and child?
Oh, the plans changed. And Ragnar will quickly fill Griswold in.
To Abengora for Elias and Juliet to stay because it's safer there, he believes, than Vasselheim, and to then travel about 25 miles from Abengora. It's like northwest, sort of between Dragonwell and Abengora. There is a ritual site where the dragon has been seen, or so Osmond believes or says.
All right, then. All right. Does and he kind of looks over at Osmond again. Does he know about Rhea?
Cult leader, apparently, according to Signe.
I don't. He kind of just shoves it off, like brushes it off, and just says, "Right. Uh, well, Callum, did you let her know our change in plans?"
I did. Well, I let her know that we were interrupted, that we had this run in. I have not told her where we're going yet.
Uh, as long as we're still on task, on one of the tasks at least, I don't see it being a problem.
I agree.
Right. Callum, you said we run into the tree, and he kind of just starts looking at the tree like,
Does the horse run into the tree?
That's Arvid's call.
I believe the horse could technically run into the tree, but technically it would also be a gallop, not a run.
Griswold goes and like touches the tree. Would this one be okay?
Is the designated tree big enough and wide enough to fit even a horse through?
I mean, sure. Are horses considered medium or large? Large, I think, right?
I think war
Large.
horse is large. I don't know if regular horse is.
Yeah, all horses are large because you have to be large for a medium creature to ride you.
Makes sense. Um, yeah, I mean, I think a tree is as wide as a horse is actually not like like some sort of like abnormally large tree in the grand scope of things. So that's fine. You wouldn't be able to ride the horse, probably.
Well, the horse
Like
can be
leading the
told
horse.
to run into a tree.
You could lead the horse.
Yes.
Right, and no matter what happens, don't stop in the tree.
Okay.
I don't know what will happen, but I don't think it's a good thing to be caught in between a tree and two different places.
Right? So
Yep.
don't stop
No,
until we're
You go straight through as fast as you can.
Right.
Is everyone
Last minute, so everybody go.
So is everyone ready?
Yes, we should let Juliet and Elias and Osmond go first, I think.
Juliet will pick up Elias just to so he doesn't have to walk on his 4-year-old feet.
He could be put on the horse.
Yeah, I probably could. So yeah,
Yeah. So
I don't think it's too difficult for everybody to get through there in a minute.
so Harvard will walk up to the tree, start running his finger along it and it'll start lighting up as a doorway. So everyone goes in 3, 2, 1, and it swings open like 2 doors.
Griswold will let pretty much everyone go first. I'm assuming Arvid is coming in last.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he'll let everyone go first, and then like literally sprint his life away, like scared about what might happen.
Signe will go through pretty much last, picking up Arvid since he said he'll probably be weak. Princess carry him through.
I like that everyone in this party wants to be last. Callum will go first at a very casual pace, apparently by himself.
Ragnar goes in the middle, leading a horse.
And we'll assume that you try to find a tree that was, not out in the middle of the thoroughfare so that everybody could see you walking through this tree.
Oh, that is not Arvid's concern.
Well, we'll just assume that everybody else told you to do that.
Yeah, so I guess then it's Ragna who goes right before me and leading her horse, and I just run as soon as I get out. I ram into the horse's ass and fall down. And he kind of just like starts shaking off. I didn't want to get stuck.
So as you all make it through, you are in Abengora for the first time for most of you. This is actually if you look on the map, it is an island city, in fact, in the middle of a lake. And it is, for lack of a better term, your stereotypical elven city. It's elven architecture outside of Vasselheim. It is likely the oldest city here. It is the foundations of the city are probably even older than Vasselheim, but walking through, you see that there is not a lot. I guess compared to Vasselheim, where you just came from a place that it was super busy and you could barely walk around. It seems kind of quiet. You do see some folks walking around. Nobody is in your general vicinity, so you do not draw attention. But you enter into a kind of I guess you could describe it as a park, but it's almost like an orchard. You can see that you're entering into an area with a lot of fruit trees. And again, the most thing that would hit you at first, obviously, is the architecture. It's quite beautiful. Your cylindrical buildings, not a lot of sharp edges, and it seems very, very quiet. One of the loudest noises that you hear is actually running water. They have some large aqueducts that are actually almost directly above your head.
Well, welcome to the other side of the continent.
A lot more serene than I thought it would be.
Generally, elves do things quite differently than the lesser lived species.
And Osmond is already just like on the move. He's like, "We got to get a boat."
Okay.
Where do they plan on staying? And he points to the wife and child.
And then Julia says, we have someone to meet here. And then you can see that she'll go up and kind of hesitantly, because she doesn't want to embarrass Osmond, but she gives him a hug and a kiss, and they kind of go off to the side a little bit and have a little kind of private discussion.
Right, Griswold is going to inform everyone else about the new code word of the Dawn Flower, just in case anything happens.
Makes sense.
Now, does that have to be said in common?
I wouldn't understand it in any other language, so sure.
Right. Okay.
Signe says Dawnflower in Goblin, which sounds like a Germanic mishmash of just hard consonants.
Well, the reason why I'm asking is because common's not my first language, so I kind of have to translate from my language into common.
The alternative is having multiple passwords, effectively.
He kind of looks at the rest of the group and just kind of stops for half a second longer on Signe and then just keeps going. I don't know if everyone's going to be able to remember multiple.
And as you guys are sitting there having this conversation,
Yeah. In any case, boat.
well, Elias is waving at everybody as Juliet has him, up on her hip, and she's walking off to wherever.
In her head, she just hears him say the same thing. To be sure that there's no imposters, the code word will be Dawnflower.
She'll just reply back, Dawnflower.
Ragna waves.
Bye.
Yeah, anybody that waves back, he does that thing where he gets all shy and kind of hides his head after you. Even though he was the one that was waving.
Poe would croak back, bye.
You're
would
my
probably
favorite
think that.
nephew.
Which is your only nephew, so that's.
Yep.
Well, he deserves to know he's my favorite.
Oh, we're here for the smaller dragon, yes?
Yeah.
And then Osmond's younger, still not small.
Dragons are still dragons. Size doesn't really change that much.
Well, the black one looked much larger when I saw it flying over us, but let's hope it's a lot smaller. Just tell us it's a lot smaller until we get there, at least.
Fair enough.
It's the tiniest dragon you've ever seen, even smaller than Satalva.
Griswold actually gets a half smile on his face and just goes, "Thank you."
That would be pretty cute.
Oh, I can summon him whenever I want.
And Osmond, does anybody need supplies? Are we good? It's.
I could use a bottle of whiskey.
I could use a D, considering that took a lot of powerful magic, but I don't think you want to give that, do you?
If we're going to be traveling, you said 50 or 25 miles?
25 miles. So we could get there today.
Yeah. We perhaps we could stop once we at least get out of off the island.
Rest for the night.
That seems agreeable.
Then that way, at least we're already off. We don't have to worry about getting a boat again and such. You don't mind sleeping outside, Arvid? You seem to enjoy it quite a bit.
Yes, it's not that difficult to sleep with nature.
Is that acceptable for everyone?
You can see Osmond looks a little bit annoyed, but he's like, fine, let's just go.
All right, I'll stop by the closest tavern and get myself a drink. And he just goes and he'll put down 2 gold pieces and ask for the best bottle of whiskey they have.
All right. Mark it on your character sheet.
Yep.
Abengora whiskey.
Has a floral taste to it.
Yeah. So yeah, they have kind of like a for lack of a better term, it's kind of a little barge that has pulleys that goes across the river, and it looks actually pretty precarious. It's a pretty decent distance, because because there are multiple of these sort of boats and docks and stuff. But if you're going to the one to the north, it would be one of the longer routes to the. So yeah, it's miles across this. Um, so anybody that doesn't like water would not feel comfortable here. It also, having the weight of the horse doesn't really help the smoothness of the travel, but it probably takes an hour or so to get this thing across.
Think they will help pull that.
All I can ever think about when people wear heavy armor on water is if they fall, they're sinking. So he keeps a special eye on Ragna to make sure she doesn't fall off.
So the trip is uneventful. This is a regular thing. It's not like this is designed, brand new sort of thing. This happens all the time. So um, it is. You have to pay when you're going into Abengora, but if you're already here, they don't charge you to leave. So
No, that makes sense.
a one-way toll. So if you're leaving, you guys don't owe anything. They just send you back. Just a couple of hardier-looking elves that are not conversationalist, we'll say. And there isn't really a whole lot going on the other side of the river there. There is not a full-on road, but there is a trail that leads to the road, that would take you to like Dragonwell if you wanted to go that way. Your destination is more right there. So you have like 18-ish miles to go. And
What should we do?
Osmond's like, so are we going to stop right here, or do we want to go walk a little bit?
I think we could walk a bit.
They get as close as we can without drawing any attention to us, and make the rest of the trip in the morning.
Okay.
Seems sensible. Though, I suppose you are the one leading this expedition, so some of that is your decision.
Well, let's at least attempt to get roughly halfway there. That should keep us out of sight. Let you all
Dragons
rest.
aren't nocturnal, are they? It's not like we'd have a better chance sneaking up on them during the day or worse or anything?
I don't think they have a preference. Which is to say, we could see them in the daytime or the nighttime. I don't think there's a specific. As far as I know, they may like to travel in the evening, considering it's less likely that they'll be seen, though generally you can hear them, depending on how high they fly, I suppose.
As long as we're far enough away when we sleep not to draw any attention with a small fire or something like that.
I can probably help with that, so don't worry.
All right, well, let's head out. So it has a little bit slow going because you are instead of going to the road and then going, you are traveling through the woods, and this is not specifically a well-traveled route that you're going through. I will say that as you are going through, you do come across some very, very, very old ruins. Not full ruins, but you can see like parts of walls that are covered in vines and things like that. So this is not an entirely well, it is now, but it was not originally an entirely uninhabited stretch of woods.
Man, maybe we should come back sometime. Elias would love playing in a place like this, don't you think?
Well, might be a tripping hazard everywhere.
Yeah, you can tell the temple raised you.
I'd say take him to the Feywild, but I know everyone would be against that.
Not sure I want to trip there again after the whole time fiasco.
Agreed.
I mean, it wasn't so bad. Those little rat people were pretty cute.
No, the adventure there was fine.
And
More the consequences of the adventure there that are concerning.
can I just point out that we were in Prismere, not where I'm from? So things work differently depending on where you are in the Feywild.
So time wouldn't be weird if we visited where you're from?
It's quite possible that it would work in the opposite way. So an hour there could be a minute here.
I mean no offense, Arvid, but if your best argument is it's possible, then that is not a risk that we can afford to take at the moment.
Yeah, not right now. Once we've like gone and started killing things and like we're well on the road to victory, like okay, after we've bagged the victory, then we can mess around and see if we can like beat ourselves to the punchline.
Alright, you don't know what you're missing.
No, this sounds great. You know how cool it would be to like try to beat my best time killing something? Well, I don't know about it. That would be exciting. Just me then, huh?
Yes.
Oh well.
So you guys travel about 9-ish, 10-ish miles at the most. Takes you about 3.5 hours, a little longer actually. And you spot a decent place to camp. Again, you find a bit of ruin where there's no roof above you, but there are at least three substantial walls that you can kind of put a fire behind.
I mean, that's more than sufficient for a campsite.
So you have an extra person to assist with watch, though he is a human with no dark vision, so how much he will help is TBD, but
Well, to help everyone with that, once we've got the fire set up in the camp, I'll just go around blowing smoke over and create a half of moonlight and shadow.
That's a neat trick.
Reminds me of that Druid Haven we stayed in a while back.
Oh, yes.
Oh. Oh, okay. There's places like that everywhere if you're lucky enough to find them.
so bonuses for perception checks on watch.
And Poe will be helping everybody since he does not need to sleep.
I will take first watch.
I need 4 hours and I can do the rest myself.
Ragnar can take second watch.
Callum will definitely take a watch since, other than Arvid, he's probably the best at it.
I'll double up with someone.
You can double up with
take
Osmond.
Yes, sibling time.
He's not very good at it.
Remember, these are all +5 to your perceptions.
So 23 for first.
29 for whichever one Callum was doing second, I guess.
Okay, then Ragnar will go third. Well, technically 14 plus 5, 19.
19.
And Osmond would have had a 17, but obviously the 25 insignia, it would have not been too much of an issue. I would say on the final watch, you hear the telltale sign, the thump, thump sound of very, very large wings flying overhead, coming towards you from the south.
I assume we get a full rest.
Correct.
Then I'll start getting people awake with a whisper. Hey, get up. Dragon's coming. Yeah, no, you need to get up. There's a dragon coming.
Getting up, getting up.
I'm already awake. I only sleep for 4 hours.
How am I supposed to know when you sit there eyes closed like that?
It's called meditation.
Yeah, well, Callum. She does air quotes. Meditates too.
So you guys, as you it's pretty early morning. The sun would probably be up, but just barely, and it is really, really foggy.
So if we're looking around, can we see it or just hear it?
Right now, you could hear it. You would
Right.
not have seen it.
Griswold will tell everyone to try to hide. Try to hide. It'd be better if we can surprise it instead of it finding us.
Suppose that makes sense.
Ragnar
And how exactly
moves
do
the
we plan to
horse.
ground this flying creature?
Well, we should go to the place where we were going and see if it's there. And if it's there, it would likely be on the ground.
Agreed, but if it's over us right now, hide. And Griswold goes and hides.
I also kind of have ways to possibly ground it, but it's not guaranteed.
Yeah, well, I agree with Griswold on this one.
Osmond rolled a 10. He's wearing heavy armor.
If we're still in the barrier right now, we all get a +5.
I have not rolled for the horse. The horse is there.
Stealth. Disadvantage, I've got a 23.
Arvid's wearing heavy armor?
Oh, medium, but it's classified as heavy.
Yeah, it still gives you the disadvantage depending on which medium armor it is.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And Ragnar's is also disadvantage. I just had to change stuff to add some bonuses.
It seems to be moving relatively quickly, and you hear it coming from the south, and then you hear it past you to the north. So didn't stop or seem to notice you or care if it did?
Reminds me of those times you challenge those horses, huh?
All right, so
Suppose that's technically accurate.
Osmond, the area that you've heard it to be, is it an enclosed area like in a cave or a keep, or is it open where it will be able to fly away?
I've never seen it, but I think it's open.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then I suppose, Arvid, whatever you can do we're gonna somewhat rely on that.
Right, let me just think about my dragon killing spells for the day.
Right, and once again, I am most effective when I can sneak up on something. So if it's possible for me to sneak up on the dragon, I would prefer it before we just go running straight in. And he kind of just is dead set staring at Signe.
Oh, come off it. If you were faster than me running and screaming, then we wouldn't have this problem.
Well, I
She does have a
just
point.
I'm much more effective if I could get a surprise attack on it.
Here's a surprise. I'll throw you. And then you can stabby stab. It'll be great. You can get him right in the neck. Fight will be over.
Grindelwald just shakes his head and just, right, following you then, Osmond.
Oh, I'm
Right.
so happy. The Luvenhelm's out to make Grandpappy proud, taking out a dragon.
So you have a few miles still to get there. As you approach and get closer, you can see that there is what appears to be a stone structure. It's got these kind of steps on 3 sides that go up to it. It's not large necessarily. It's not like a pyramid or anything like that. But you can see that there are some what appear to be, I would describe them as like kind of ancient iconography, inlaid in gold, and you can see that there are these big, what appear to be kind of, they look like dragon skulls, but they're not actually they're not actual skulls. They're like wooden sculptures that are designed to look like dragon skulls. And what surprises you the most is that along the stairs there are actually torches that are lit.
Mm.
In the distance, up on top of this, you do see the red dragon.
How alert is he?
It is a female dragon, though I think you guys knew that.
I think we were told that at some point, yes.
I don't remember who told you that, but I believe that you do that. But yes, it is a female red dragon, and she is pretty big. We'll just say that. She's pretty big. It appears to be looking at something on the ground, kind of walking a little bit back and forth. So not specifically in any sort of alert phase, like it's looking for things to come up on it, I guess.
Griswold is going to kind of look around to everyone and just say, all right, I would say everyone prepare themselves. Let me go in. I'll try to get as close as possible. And you will know when to come.
Right.
And well, Arvid's not here, so I'll wait a second. But I was going to ask Arvid if he could give me guidance so I could try to sneak a little bit better.
So, also, assuming that you fight this dragon, who is comfortable controlling a level 12 fighter?
I mean, I can manage that. He's just straight fighter. Does he have a
Straight
subclass?
champion.
Oh, heck
Champion. Yeah, that's just I spend my turn attacking 3 times.
Hey, you've got to love a crit fisher.
Yes.
Yeah, Arvid, can I please have guidance so I can sneak up on the dragon?
You certainly can. 1 second. Because obviously this is, say, combat rounds, it will be concentration.
Right.
Oh, technically I forgot to upgrade it on the descriptor, but because it's at the next level of evolving, I can give it to 2 people at the same time.
So a 32 for my stealth.
Okay.
And so this thing, you said it was walking a little bit back and forth, looking down at something. If I came up the steps, would I be behind it, or would that be like coming up in front of it?
Well, there are three. Well, okay, so there are 3 steps that are going up. So if you go to the southern steps, it would be in generally kind of where it is in the front of it, and then there are steps to the east and west. There are no steps to come up behind it, actually.
All right. How high of a platform is it?
It's probably about 30 feet up.
Okay. All right. So I will. All right. I will go up to the area where there are no steps. How like it from if I'm standing like at the bottom of where there are no steps and went up to and got up to the top, how far away would I be from the dragon?
I'm just gonna take you to the map. It'll be a lot easier for you to judge what you want to do.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So if I was standing over here, so I would be in melee range as soon as I got to the top.
You would have to climb back there, though.
Well,
you have to sneak around it and then climb up there, unless you misty step or something.
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking if I could just sneak all the way around and then misty step up and stab.
Also, just as a side note, I actually attempted to use my animated fog for this map, and it just kept breaking everything. So now you just get static fog.
Works.
It still looks fantastic.
All right. All right. So, yeah. How far away are all of them? All right. Is anyone else trying to move up too to get ready?
Ragna's not going to go too far up, considering her heavy armor.
Well,
Let's see.
I could have guided one more person at the same time, so does anyone else want guidance to sneak up?
I mean, if anyone's gonna sneak up, Callum has the best chance.
Okay.
Yeah, but Callum can also just reach it from here.
Yeah, I was going to say, Signe getting a little bit closer to just be able to run in might be the best.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I can take that.
Okay, so yeah. You both have guidance until you both use it, then it's gone.
All right, and so Matt, what you were saying was there are steps here and on both of the sides, right?
Yeah, these are steps right here, and these are steps right here.
Oh, okay.
Are these like normal sized steps? Are they big steps that we can like hide on like a shelf?
Yeah, they're big steps. So essentially, I'm counting them actually as they are on the thing. So they're like 5-foot steps. These are very big steps. So that it takes you 5 feet to get to them. That's the actual step.
So like,
If you went where Callum is, if he was prone, he would be hidden behind that final step.
yeah, that was my question. Okay. But I'm not hidden if I'm not prone. What if I'm down 2 steps? Because then it's a 10-foot difference.
Yeah. If you were just like potentially crouched a little bit.
Yeah. I'm okay with that for both myself and for Osmond.
And as per usual, you'll see, like especially where Signe is, the squares don't match up perfectly. I tried to get the center where the dragon is to be lined up, and you can see on the steps, it's like you're not fully on that step when you're on the Roll20 scale, but it's difficult even when you try and use that tool that says, hey, do 3x3 and it'll match it up perfectly, and it never does.
The tool's a liar. You just have to do it manually. You have to count how big your map is and then make it that size.
Yeah,
Oh, all
so-
right, and I think I was looking at the map wrong. So I would be down here at the base, right? This isn't the platform itself. It's this.
I mean, this is the platform. This is pretty much level with where the dragon is.
Okay. So then, yeah, I would be down here, and if I Misty Step 30 feet up, I would be able to move the rest of it and stab. Okay. All right.
You're just beneath
So,
the
yeah.
trees right now, so you have good cover.
Okay. That would be my plan. So I'm gonna go ahead, cast Misty Step to go 30 feet up. So let me get rid of that. And then I will finish moving up closer. I will stab, and as soon as my blade hits, I just scream as loud as I can now.
All right.
Is it a girly scream like, no?
The manliest scream you have ever heard that I can't even imitate because it's too manly. So yeah, I am going to stab at him with the Matron's Feather. 29.
Yep.
All right, that makes it an auto crit because it's before anyone else before this thing attacked. So let me just roll the damage again.
Yep.
All right, and then I get I get my sneak attack doubled too. So 17 and 11. So that's 28 plus 15 is 43 plus 10 is 53.
All right. You have its attention.
Yep. And Griswold kind of just, after he screams now, just stands there, looks up, and has a immediate regret in his face, but is just standing there with two daggers out.
All right. Initiative.
And I will say Poe is on Ragno's shoulder the entire time.
Holy shit.
Did you roll a 1?
Classic dragon move, man.
Dragons are not dexterous.
No, you'd think
Yeah,
during a big fight, you'd hope they'd roll a bit higher.
Yeah, I rolled a straight 4 because I have no modifiers.
Shit.
So in the server games that Sam and I play in, there's someone who occasionally runs a dungeon of dragons, which is just a dungeon full of dragons. And it's become a meme that the dragons always go last because just they have terrible initiatives. And so I would say a solid 80% of the time they're behind every single player in the initiative.
Yeah,
like,
it's
they have
very
rare
charismatic.
actions.
Though. This is a very charismatic dragon, though.
He's very likable.
All right, so Osmond and Signe tied on a tiebreaker.
Yeah. So I don't care which.
I say Osmond because he shows up first in the turn order.
Sure. So
And-
Osmond.
And it was his idea to be here anyway.
Yeah. So as soon as there's the shout for now, Osmond is going
No!
to climb up the steps, draw his longbow, and shoot 3 times. Oh wait, he doesn't have a. He has the archery fighting style and no ranged weapon.
Oh, he should have a longbow.
Okay. He only has a long sword right now, so I will add that.
Yeah, he should have a longbow +1, in fact.
Okay.
Holy shit, a ranged champion's just funny.
Well, I mean, he's primarily melee, but range works. Because he's got no feet. So let me find a longbow +1 in here.
Yeah, he has relatively high stats. That's why he doesn't have any feats because he took the
Yeah.
he took the stats every time.
He took the stats every time, like a champion.
So he's got 20. I think he's got 20 strength and 20 constitution. I think.
Yep, and a 16 in dex, and a
Yep.
16 in wisdom.
Yes.
This guy's just solid.
He is. This is what champions were meant to be. Okay, so 3 shots.
He is a level lower than the rest of you as well, but didn't want him to steal the show, you know.
He was going to
All
come here and fight it by himself.
Oh yeah, that's from the archery style that he has. So yeah, 25, 18, and 14.
Unfortunately,
That's
only the
hot.
first one hits.
Only the first one. Okay.
So just so that we're aware, I know some DMs don't like to do this, but it's an AC of 19.
Yep.
Just so that y'all know what you're aiming for.
And there we go. So 12 piercing damage from Osmond. Did it take him extra movement to finish going up the stairs?
Probably the first step, but not the
All right,
second.
so he's probably used 15 feet to get to here.
Yeah.
So he's gonna go. It looks like this pillar might be cover.
It is.
Okay.
So all the 4 green pillars are actually raised up. I just didn't want to put the.
Yeah.
It already kind of has the shadow, so I didn't want to put in
It's perfect.
dynamic lighting. These
So-
things on the side here, though, these are actually like level with the ground. They're just like golden inlays into the stone. So just so that you're aware that those aren't things that you couldn't go around. Like you could stand on those if you wanted to, like Signe is.
Perfect. I assumed they were pressure plates. Anyway,
Well, Signe's dead.
I think that is his turn then, because that's all his movement and his action to get to there.
It's funny. When I put this map together, I didn't realize that that golden inlay is actually a dragon face.
Yeah, it is.
Signe.
I would like to bonus action rage.
Good call.
Get right up here.
$27.
Nope.
Con save. Boy, they're pretty good. He's pretty good at that.
Yeah. So that would be an 18 con save, and I'd like to try to impose blindness.
20 con save.
Ah, frickety frack. That's okay. I get one more hit. Ignore the extra damage on that one.
Well,
that
some
would
of
be a
it.
miss.
Yeah.
You still get an extra 3 from rage. You just don't get the rest of that.
But that will be a miss. And end of my turn.
Alrighty. Griswold.
All right. Just because we've already spoken about it, and it's a dragon, it can breathe fire and such. I'm going to circle around it a little bit, just so I'm not standing right next to Signe, and I will try to stick my daggers in somewhere at the belly area to try to get through the scales. First with the Matron's Feather. A 16 will miss. And then with Shadow Song. A 23 will hit. And I get full damage now because I took the dual weapon fighting style.
2-weapon fighting?
Yeah, for the fighting initiate. So I will also get the sneak attack since Signe is in combat with it. So 12 plus 14 is 26.
All right.
And yeah, he's standing firm. He's not scared at all.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Callum.
Callum takes a deep breath, kind of centers himself. He's going to use his bonus action for Step of the Wind to dash. And because he's dashing with the mobile feat, he ignores difficult terrain.
And this is the dragon. This is like a little bit of a platform, but it's not enough to cause extra movement to get up it.
So Callum gets to there, and he's going to throw 2 punches.
Just to put it out there, monks are the real gangsters in D&D because who else would punch a fucking dragon?
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's great. So 16 misses, 29 hits. You know what? I'm not convinced this fight's going to go super long, so I'm going to also spend a key point to put a Hand of Harm on that.
Wow, shit talking the GM.
Hey, what can I say? I like a challenge. So 21 damage total, and unless it's immune to being poisoned, it's poisoned. And then that was 95 feet of movement, so I have another 25 left. You said... yeah, let's go... way back out this way. Just because... spread out that AoE. That's the turn.
And just for anyone who is aware, this is definitely not your stock dragon stats, because it would probably be dead if it was.
I was gonna say it's running pretty close to it already from an adult dragon.
Because I think adult dragons have like 256 HP or something like that. Just as a fair warning, this has more than that.
Good.
All right, Arvid, you're up.
Okay, so it's what? 10, 20, 30 up to the top.
Especially with an extra NPC here, I needed to beef this dragon up a bit.
Absolutely.
Well, if an assassin rogue gets the first hit on something, it usually starts off pretty good for the party.
Indeed. I mean,
Why didn't you multi-class paladin so you can smite on your free crits?
It was between that and wizard, and the story led him more towards magic.
That's fair.
So these little things right here on the edges, you could probably hide behind those if you wanted to. It wouldn't be full cover, but I'm just saying, for everybody.
Oh,
those
you can?
provide, yeah.
Okay.
They would probably be like half cover.
Okay.
No, I was just measuring 60 feet for myself.
Yeah. It just made me think of it when you had the arrow out.
Yeah, considering I've moved 30 feet, as a bonus action, you'll see Arvid suddenly just start walking and disappear and suddenly appear. Shit, wrong one. Here, as he walks through one of the hidden paths.
You can also fly.
I can. If there's one thing I can do, it's fucking move.
You and the monk, just, well, no problems.
So
that's cool. That's cool. I like that. I like that's a flavorful little spell.
Yeah, or you can send someone else.
Super fun.
Yeah. So that's
Hidden Path is like so nice for Dream Druid, especially because druids in general don't have an easy time getting teleports. Like, they don't get Misty Step for some reason normally, which baffles me.
All right, so you have hidden pathed your way up there.
I have, because I can't do anything big or do the restraining yet, I'm just gonna pull upon a drop of water and launch a bolt.
Ooh, just saved on the strength.
I would have knocked his ass down.
Which would have been hilarious.
But yeah, I've moved 90 feet. I've smacked a dragon with a drop of water. I'm good.
Yeah, all right. Ragna.
Okay, Ragna is going to move up. It's her bonus action to... Where is it? X-Blades curse this thing. And then just whack it with 3 Eldritch Blasts. Hitting 2 of them. And then move an extra 1 up, I think she has. Yeah.
Alright, so this dragon has been getting pummeled here. And it will sort of get down, on its all fours and, have that sort of arched back like a cat sort of stance. And everyone needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ah, yes. Nearly forgot about that.
No one is close enough to Regna.
Yeah, I'm nearly close enough.
Wisdom
Oh.
save.
I've got a +10. Hopefully I shouldn't shit the bed.
Let's
Uh,
see.
Yeah, I'll probably shit the bed.
You did.
I know I have something relating to this. Ah, there it is. Yeah, it doesn't help me quite yet. Wisdom save.
So we can do Oswald too. Osmond.
I mean, are you trying to put us to sleep?
No.
Shit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yes, but permanently.
No,
Forgot
yes.
about Mr. Osmond back there. Yes, wisdom save for him, too.
I believe it's Mr. Lubenhelm.
Yes. Mr. Lubenhelm and Arvid and Griswold are frightened.
Okay.
So, at the end of each of your turns, you can attempt to roll again. The end of. So you got to run away first, and then you can try and not be afraid of it.
Well, is it normal dragon fear, pretty much?
Frightful presence.
Yeah. So you don't have to run away. You just can't willingly get closer, and you get disadvantage on all your attacks.
Yeah. It's the frightened.
Yeah, it's just regular frightened. It's not like a fear spell, which makes you run away.
Yes. And that he just gets to do that, or she
Yeah.
just gets to do that, and then she's going to attack. Actually, she's only going to attack once, but first, Signe and Griswold will need to make a dexterity saving throw. Got the dex save on the. Oh, actually, the rogue is scared and knocked prone. You
Okay.
let me see.
Sam, I would remind you that you have advantage on dex saves as a barbarian, but you already rolled a 20.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. So basically, it just starts flapping its wings very powerfully. It's beating its wings. It doesn't specifically say that you would take half damage if you succeed, so I'm just going to say that you don't take any damage at all, Signe. You are able to, first of all, you're like, fuck off, I'm not afraid of you, and then it starts, giving you a nice breeze to cool you off. Griswold, you take 15 points of bludgeoning damage and you are knocked prone.
Okay.
Oh, this is gonna suck for you.
All right. So. All right. So even though I failed, I take half the damage because of my evasion.
I think you only take half with evasion if it's something that's normally saved for half. And if Signe saved for none, then you would take full. I could be wrong about that.
I have no idea, but that sounds fine to me.
Okay.
So it was 15, right?
15 bludgeoning, prone.
Oh wait, that was printing action anyway.
Yeah, that's the wrong one. I also have evasion. Let me find it.
Yeah, I mean, this
Yeah, it is
specifically
to take only half damage.
Yeah.
So 7 on half. And it will, having knocked Griswold down, it actually is going, and seeing Signe standing strong, it's going to bite Signe. It's a 29.
It has disadvantage because it's poisoned.
It's a 22.
Off the raging, so half.
It's
So,
damage. 22 to hit.
yeah, it's 22 to hit. So
He
it's
gotcha.
15. It's 15 points of piercing damage halved. So 7 on that. And then you take 9 points of fire damage, which I believe you do not get any resistance to. I may be wrong.
That sounds correct.
Correct, because I am not that cool.
Not that kind of barbarian. All right, it is Osmond's turn.
Poison, is that just affecting strength?
Poisoned is all of its attack rolls and ability checks, but only until my turn.
Okay.
Not saving throws, unfortunately. Let's see. So Osmond is afraid, so he cannot willingly get closer to it.
But he's not close anyway. He just can shoot some more arrows.
Yeah, so he is going to sit back here, and he will take those 3 shots at disadvantage, and then repeat his save. Let's see. Here we go. So, 2 hits.
Yep.
And that didn't roll. Okay, let's try that again.
He's a pretty good ranger for a fighter.
And you know what? One of those is a crit because he gets crits on 19s.
He does.
Ooh.
There we go. Perfect. And
wisdom save.
yeah, repeat wisdom save. Continue to hide behind pillar so he doesn't get breath weaponed.
Fail. It's a 19.
It's a DC 19. Okay.
Does he have Indomitable?
He does, but he has to roll like an 18 to pass. So,
Not
or
worth
like
it.
a 16 to pass. So yeah, it's not worth it. I'll save it for if he gets breathe fire on. He's got a better chance at that.
All right, Signe, standing tall, took a bite.
Absolutely. So, I'm actually going to let out a primal scream and infuse my comrades with a swell of radiant energy.
What's the range on that?
60 feet. And bolster their spirits.
Everyone but Osmond, I think, gets it.
He's an NPC. He doesn't count. Was he going to move back behind that pillar?
Yeah.
Yep, so everyone within that range.
Okie dokie.
Yay.
And then I'm gonna attack twice.
Nice.
Baller. And then I actually have improved critical.
Yes, you do.
So an
Actually,
extra.
with a D12.
Do you have the second improved critical already? I don't remember what level you get that.
You get a
Yes, I
13.
do have second.
She just got it.
Yes. So you get 2 extra d12s, not just 1.
Not that it helped a lot.
Hey, look, every bit helps when you're fighting a dragon.
True. I'm very excited to be able to use both of those for the first time. And I would like to try to impose blindness again, DC 18.
What's the save?
On.
On save. 28.
I also forgot to add my Divine Fury to the first one. And then I'll try to roll again.
Do things that require dex saves against dragons. That's the lesson today.
Not only that, but you crit, right?
I did, yes.
So you also get to roll an extra d6 from the Divine Fury.
Oh my gosh.
Barbarians are awesome.
Yes, they are.
Additional 5.
Nice. That's a crap ton of damage. This dragon is furious at this point.
Okay, you know what? That's very legit. And that will be the end of my turn.
Indecent is her name. Need to go start calling her, not just the dragon. Indecent. Griswold, you are knocked prone.
Yes. So I'm going to use half my movement to stand up. Oh wait, no, it's only 5 movement because I have athlete. So I'm going to stand up. I am going to use my action to disengage and move 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll get out of line of sight, and I will try to hide. Because then, since I'm out of line of sight, I shouldn't have disadvantage. And with Signate's thing, I should actually have advantage on my wisdom roll, right?
I don't know what her range is on that.
Well, it was
Yeah.
when it was activated, it was 60
everyone-
feet.
It was everyone except for the NPC.
All right, so this is my best chance to be able to get this, but I'm probably not going to either way.
Oh, I thought it
Oh
was,
shit!
I asked for Ragnus. Yeah, that doesn't. You fail on that one.
A 19 still fails.
Oh no, you're 19. Sorry, yeah.
That because I got out of frightened, like I got out of line of sight to get rid of the disadvantage. Then with Signate, I get advantage.
I think it's just on attack rolls with Signe. I could be wrong.
I'm pretty sure I read and it said
What is hers thing? Zealot.
It's both.
and
Attack roll
saving
and
throws.
throws for the start.
Perfect.
Okay.
So yes, so okay, so I have hidden with 34 stealth, and I am no longer feared. And that is my entire turn.
I don't think it's possible. It has a passive perception of 23, but I don't even know if I can roll higher than that.
I'm gonna say if its passive is 23, its active is probably 33.
And I mean, if I had to,
It is
so
33.
that the save was a 19, right? So I had to roll a 20 to save.
Correct.
All right.
Callum.
All right. Well, Callum's close enough. He's going to use. Let's give it a try. It's one big enemy. He's going to spend one. Can't do it yet. I got to get closer first. There we go. So hard to get closer. He's going to spend his bonus action and 1 key point to use the Vow of Death.
Nice.
So now all of his attacks do an extra d6 of necrotic damage, and then he's going to attack twice. I had advantage on both of those, so that's lovely. I would absolutely add Hand of Harm to the first one that hits again, just to try to keep it poisoned. So let's roll that first. So 9 necrotic from that, because that doesn't get Vow of Death bonus, and then just the 2 hits. And then dip back 30 feet, and that's the turn. There we
Okay.
go.
So, as you guys are attacking, you can hear that this low, rumbling voice just go, insects. Calling you all insects, not, asking for insects to show up,
I mean, it'd be cooler if it was the second. Just like random swarm of insects as its legendary action.
Yes, just everyone has bed bugs now.
Does it get legendary actions?
It does, yes.
Hmm.
It actually used one. The wing attack is a legendary action.
So I'm still technically
Those-
frightened.
Those recharge every round. He should be getting like 3 turns in between our turns, effectively.
It's at the end of another creature's turn, but
Yeah, so, right. So each one he gets, at the end of each 3 of our turns, he gets to do a thing. And it recharges at his turn.
it does. It really only has one thing that would be particularly useful because that wing attack is probably not. Well, the wing attack also takes 2 actions.
It does. And it also, I think, lets him move without provoking off attacks.
Yeah, it can
Assuming
fly.
he's a... So,
But it's fine.
yeah.
So I'm going to move away from the dragon.
How dare you?
about
We all
15
need to go
feet.
hug it.
I'm going to look over to Ragnar. Do you want to get closer to it?
I have a way to do that.
Just step forward. And I'm going to push her through a hidden path 30 feet in its direction. So that's the bonus.
She's like, I had a way to do that. She gets sent away.
Assuming you were willing, I guess.
Yep.
And yeah, as an action, I might as well go for a big one. So at 7th level, fucking counterspell this one. Arvid will speak Sylvan into the sky and call down a thunderbolt.
Just preemptively, we'll use a legendary resistance to succeed on a dex save that it would likely fail.
You still take half then, does it?
22 damage then?
Hey, half on a success.
Alrighty.
So I'm just going to be concentrating for the next couple of rounds on a 7th level thunderstorm. And I'll take a
Alrighty.
wisdom check 1 second, which would be at advantage.
Even without advantage, no one is afeared of the dragon anymore. Well, Osmond is, I guess, is still afraid.
Yes, he is.
Well, I mean, thank God for Signy, because otherwise he would have still been at a disadvantage.
All right, Ragna, you have just been pushed through some weird invisible thing.
Just teleported myself. And she moves over a little huff, but gets excited as she slashes at said dragon. And twice. Both hit. So she will hit twice and then throw in a smite. There.
All right. So as you approach out of sort of seemingly nowhere and start attacking the dragon, just like when if you're sitting there and you're like eating lunch or whatever, and like you see a fly come out and you kind of just jump and kind of swat at it as you sort of just jump up and like what the hell is that? And it's gonna swipe at you with its tail as a legendary action. Has a 30 to hit.
Yep.
Yeah, 17 points of bludgeoning damage from its tail.
Was also at disadvantage because he was poisoned.
28.
She was poisoned.
Yep.
17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Let's see. Signe, go ahead and take an attack of opportunity. If you want to. You don't have to. If you...
Of course I want to. What am I gonna blow it on? Reaction shield?
You could. Alrighty. It's going to move down here, and it is going to fire breath. I believe it would hit the three of you. It's a 60-foot cone.
Where's it throwing this cone? It actually looks like it has kind of moved to the worst spot to hit us all with a cone.
It's trying to hit the three and up here. And so Ragna.
The three up top.
Yeah.
I mean, easiest way I think if it wants to do it with a cone would be to move to this side of Signe.
Well, then I'm
Right.
out of line.
It's a cone though, so it spreads like.
Yeah, I
I
have
don't
a
have a
thing.
good.
Yeah,
I don't have a good way to draw it.
I have one. Let me. I hate cones, honestly, but I have the thing here. Let me find it. $60-foot cone. Did anybody else lose the arrow on stuff when you're on clicking on your token? Like if you want to resize the token, like the little arrow on the corner is gone in Roll20 now.
I thought
So,
that was just a me thing.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, I mean, I just drew a 45-foot cone. But if he's over here, hits all three of them.
We'll do that instead. And Ragna, you would take the attack of opportunity instead of Signe.
Okie dokie.
And do more damage.
Signe is too far for any help with saving throws.
It is a deck save. The paladin rolled a 24.
Paladin's still going to take half
I'll
damage.
take half damage.
Well, you all take half damage because Signe and Ragna both saved.
Mm-hmm.
So let me roll this up here.
I mean, it's still probably going to suck.
It's not going to be great.
Like, it's not an ancient dragon's breath weapon, but it's still a dragon's breath weapon.
Mhm. Yeah, breath weapons, big ouch.
Kind of like its signature move.
So you all take 33 points of fire damage.
Ouch.
By the way, is my health bar going down for everyone else?
We can't see it.
My health bar is not going down for mine either.
Okay.
It's a glitch
Glitch.
that Roll20's been having a bunch. If you just reload the page, it should fix it, and you should see it fine.
I can tell you that I can see them going down
Yeah,
on my side.
it's been a weird glitch. It's been going on for a while now. That's like only the person whose token it is can't see it changing. I don't know what causes it, but I know if you reload the page, it usually fixes it.
Mine is going down on my over my head, and it's going down on my character sheet, but it's just the bar is messed up. I'll refresh.
Exactly.
Yeah, that worked.
All right. Osmond.
All right. Well, Osmond is still afraid, so he's only making straight attack rolls, not actually advantage attacks, thanks to Signe. So let's see how he does. Well,
Pretty good.
a 19 was a hit,
It is.
so that's 3 hits,
Can't really ask for more than that.
and one of them's a crit.
Yes, sir. Wow. That's a lot of 12s.
Yeah, he's very consistent. And then at the end of his turn, he can repeat his wisdom save. But he's definitely not getting any closer at this point, because he can't.
Nope.
That save was at advantage, right?
I don't think so.
Isn't that how Mike passed?
Yeah, but wasn't Osmond the only one not in range?
Oh, right. Actually, yeah, he didn't get the advantage from that. So that was way less damage then. I'm sorry. That was only 2 hits. So drop one of those 12s. Drop the crit 12 and keep the other 2 12s. But then yeah, and a 14 is a fail. So that's his turn.
Signe.
Well, I'm on a roll. I stop now. That way it's harder to hit everyone.
$18 does not hit.
The description's so long I have to scroll up and find out what everyone else.
That is pretty long. You could take the top part out of that description if you wanted, really. You just put it somewhere else so that you know what it
24.
does.
There we go.
That one definitely hits.
Here's my Divine Fury. And I'll use my last charge to once again try to inflict blindness. DC 18 con.
I really wanted to fail one of these times.
I mean,
I mean,
Just,
the cons are tough, so at disadvantage it's a 26.
I really just wanted it to fail one of those times so that Signe could find out they have blind sight.
Yeah, she
That too.
doesn't know.
I know.
I know, but she doesn't know.
I know. It was great. I just wanted it to happen once. So we in character had that information too.
That's
God,
true.
I'm sorry.
Just needed to get the hit it with saves that aren't con or strength.
Okay, but I don't have
Or
anything else
charisma.
cool to
Or
do with my
charisma. Or
bonus
wisdom, really.
action. So it's someone else's turn.
It is Griswold's turn.
And since I am technically hidden, if I step out and move a little bit closer to it and throw my dagger at it, do I get advantage?
I mean, you should. You're a hidden
Yeah.
attacker from last time.
2, 3, 4. So I will move there. So that would have been 25 feet of movement. And from here, I will throw my dagger at it, aiming for the neck area. So that'll be this one. Hitting with sneak attack. So 14 and 14 is 28. And I will, once the dagger hits, I will teleport to the dagger and try to stick the other one in and drag down as I fall back down towards the ground.
Okay.
So Shadow Song with my offhand. Missing. And I would be up next to it now. And that is my action, my bonus action. And now he is just standing there looking hurt and looking like, fuck, this thing is not dead yet.
Callum.
Well, it's still someplace I can reach, surprisingly. So, Callum runs up to it, and he's going to unleash a flurry of blows. And because it's been marked with the vow of death, this is gonna hurt. Hopefully. Three hits, one of which is a free hand of harm. So let's see. There we go. 16, 30,
49 total.
43, yep. 49, and it's poisoned again.
I don't like this poison stuff. I mean, granted, it rolls high enough, it usually doesn't matter, but
Yeah. It's almost like it needs to come chase the monk. Deal with it. That's the turn.
Arvid.
Considering I've just seen Griswold approach it, how does he look? Not how many hit points. How does he look?
He is definitely worse for wear. He is hurting right now. The when the fire hit him around the corner, it didn't take full damage, but you could see him like breathing heavily, and he looks a bit bloodied.
Okay. So as he's continuing his sylvan chant of words of nature to summon the thunder, he will also throw in a couple of helpful words that you won't understand, and I'll give you 4 counts of the balm.
All right. So what does that do for me?
That's 4d6 healing with 4 temporary hit points.
You want to roll? Or you want me to?
Yeah, I'll go, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is straight sexy stuff.
So
Yeah.
it's not amazing. It's 12 points, but you also get an extra 4 temporary hit points.
All right.
And you
So
can do it
yeah.
while concentrating on a lightning storm, right?
Yep, this is just a straight bonus action to give away free healing.
Not too
Class
shabby.
feature, not even a spell. Which
Yeah.
means you can still use spells in action.
I will take it. He some of the singe marks go away, but he is still hurting.
Yep, so as Arvid continues to chant in Sylvan, drawing upon elemental nature, here comes another level 7 thunder. I've got the 3D dice rolling, that's why it takes a second.
All right.
Not bad.
I'm not gonna use a legendary resistance on that one, so take the full damage.
I'll happily accept the 30 damage. Yeah, that's me. I don't need to get closer, I've got range for days.
All right, Regna.
Okay, Regna's going to come around this thing to be within 10 feet of Griswold. And then she's gonna try a spell. She's gonna try Ice Storm.
Interesting.
She will set it up like over here so that no one else gets hit by it.
What's the radius on an ice storm? I'll draw it up.
20 feet.
20 feet. Oh, okay. You just want the dragon in it, right?
Yep.
That's the size of a fog cloud.
And then that area becomes rough terrain until the end of her turn.
Plus it's a save where it takes 2d8 and 4d6.
I will go ahead and I'll just take that damage too.
Okay.
Ragna, just so you know, you have it rolling 2d6 bludgeoning instead of 2d8.
That's weird. I just made the spell go. Rude.
Yeah, I've got that as well, but I wanted to use a high, like a big damage one, because I didn't get to use Disintegrate.
Okay. Next time I will deal with that.
All right. The dragon in descent is getting angry now. So everybody go ahead and make more deck saves. 120 feet of it.
And this time Griswold gets
Interesting.
bonus.
Everyone in 120 feet dex. Okay.
Okay. So I
No,
get.
I'm sorry. I read that. I said that totally wrong. It's just the people around it. It's 10 feet. Sorry. I was looking at 2 different things.
Gotcha.
Okay, so not even Regna? Or Regna, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you're within 10 feet of me. I don't know.
Nah. She'd be at 15 feet from the dragon.
Okay, so then, yeah, Griswold gets a bonus.
Of
Signe and-
4?
Of 5.
Okay, so mine's a 26.
Signe, you take. So you would still take half damage. So you would take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are prone.
even with my fanatical focus, combined with my danger sense.
If you fail a saving throw while raging, you can re-roll it. So you chose to re-roll to a 22?
Yes.
All right.
They had their own legendary resist.
Exactly. So
Basically.
yeah, nobody takes any damage and nobody is knocked down, but the dragon is going to start flying now.
And
I
we
was
can't
wondering when that was
attack,
going to
right?
happen.
Yeah, and
No.
this you do not get an attack of opportunity on this particular legendary action. It is
Okay.
beating its wings and flying up away from you. And then let me try something. I had to do something real quick.
We know what you gotta do. You don't gotta really do it if you don't want to.
Well, I just had to make sure that it recharged, and it did.
Yeah.
So I think if it's flying over here, it can hit the three of you again.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
and let's see.
Barely.
Yeah.
Barely.
So everybody is aware. Let me double check and see what this is. So it is currently 40 feet in the air.
Okay.
Cool.
And let's roll this one up here.
All right. So dex saves from us, right?
I thoroughly enjoyed, despite my incredible machinations trying to keep us not conglomerated together, it still works against me.
I mean, it's a big fire-breathing lizard. It doesn't do what you want it to do.
It's also just you got 3 people who need to be in melee and stay in melee.
I know. It's not like a big complaint. It's just like a, yay, that's
You
just how
all
it be.
saved again, so that's good.
Okay, 0 because I saved and I have evasion.
How are
'Cause if
you
I-
all rolling such high dex, though? That's ridiculous. It's a 21 save, and you are all saving.
Man, I had to have advantage perfectly and roll a 20 to get rid of the fear, and it happened. So you're just not going very lucky this
To be
combat.
fair, Ragnar has a +7, Griswold has a +10, and then Signe has a +3 and a permanent advantage.
Anyway, for those of you who, well, except for Griswold, Signe and Ragna, you will take 31 points of fire damage. You would be in big trouble if you were not saving on these things.
Yeah.
63 and 64 and all that. Yep.
And I mean, if I wasn't a rogue and if I didn't have evasion, I would have been down on the first one.
Alrighty, so that is all she wrote. It is Osmond's turn.
Osmond, alright. Well, he's still afraid. He's gonna keep doing what he's been doing. Step out, shoot 3 times.
Hit. No.
All at disadvantage because of fear, so only 1 hit.
Yep.
Hits for 8 piercing. Gets to repeat his wisdom save.
Come on, Osmond, you can do it.
You can do it, buddy, now that it's in the air and it doesn't super crazy matter.
Oh no.
I mean,
Double ones.
Can
He
I
just
just,
saw it jump up and cast fire like, nope, I'm staying back here.
I'm sorry. He just got a double nat 1. No, he's like, this is not going well.
can I just point out, he's having the only reasonable response to this situation.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. So he's bailing out a little bit, and that's his turn.
All right, Signe, 40 feet in the air. What you gonna do?
That's a freaking good question. I don't think I can do anything, to be honest.
Javelin time.
Hey, you got some javelins.
I
don't
don't
you?
have jabs. I have a
Yeah, you
long
better do
sword.
something because you're gonna lose your rage if you don't.
Punch Griswold in the face.
Oh no, I only have 4 more rages.
That's true.
Yep. gonna let my rage fizzle out and take the dodge action, I guess.
Right? Griswold, you can throw your dagger up in the air and meet it up there if you want, and then fall 40 feet.
Well, I will. You know what? Yeah. I will just. I mean, fuck it. I'm going to just send a firebolt at it. Or no, how long is this range? Range is 30 feet for that, so yeah, that wouldn't work. All right, so
It's
yeah.
also a fire dragon.
Yep, I know.
Okay.
That wouldn't do anything. That wouldn't do shit. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm just. Actually, knowing it's a fire dragon, I will just instead go back around here and hide again.
Okay.
So I
Callum.
will.
Callum also has very limited options now. You said it's at 40 feet?
Correct.
All right. Well, Callum's going to take out his sling, and he's going to fire 2 shots at disadvantage because he has to use the long range.
Doesn't really matter. I mean, you don't get the crit, but you still get hit, so.
Yeah, 2 hits. I'll take those, and they still do Vow of Death damage, I think. So there's that. And then he can, yeah, and then he can move. I think, yeah, we have a slight plan here. Get down to here, and that's the turn.
Arvid.
Seeing as we saw the dragon unleash another breath, I can probably see that Signa is a little singed. So I will send her 5 words of the balm. So that's
Thank you.
5d6. 1 second. You heal 22 and have 5 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Good rolls.
I mean, for a free resource, I get 13 dice of it.
Yeah. Nice high rolls, though, on that one in particular. Like, well
Yeah.
above average.
You're not afraid. You could move closer if you'd like.
Oh, I could. But for now, I think I'm just gonna continue to speak the words of nature and summon another round of a level 7 Thunderbolt.
Yeah, go ahead and resist that one.
How dare you? Yeah, because I've still got a backup plan if it tries to actually get away of up to 300 feet. So I'm happy just throwing random lightning at it. So that's my turn.
Regna.
Okay. Ragna is going to use her Radiant Soul to get wings, and then her bonus action, she is going to use that didn't roll. Or not. There we go. Relentless Hex to make herself, she's going to fly up about 10 feet. Relentless Hex to fly here, right there.
So you just teleported face to face with the dragon?
Yep.
Okie dokie. You just keep appearing in front of it. And again, doing that, it will use legendary action to swing its tail at you.
Okay.
Has disadvantage, so that's an 18. I think that misses, right?
Yep.
All right.
It
So-
does not have disadvantage from me anymore because it went around I couldn't poison it.
Oh, right. Okay, so that's a 21 to hit. Never mind.
Yep. That hits.
19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And it will then proceed to attack you 3 times. Looking at your
Okay.
hit points, I think this is probably bad news.
That wasn't smart. But Ragna's not smart either, so it's okay.
Okay, so it will knock you out of the air. So it's a 20, roll of 24, 19 piercing and 4 fire. So it won't. It's just going to knock you out of the air.
Okay.
Could I silvery barbs that attack?
It gets 3 of them, but if you'd like to do that, sure.
I'd like to make sure if I'm... No, because it's 40 feet in the air.
Yeah. So
Never
90
mind.
feet. Okay. So Ragna is unconscious on the ground. It will then turn its attention to Signe, which is below it. So it will swoop down and what did I do? Oh, okay, so I got 2 claw attacks, a 30 and a 26.
Ooh, do I want to be that guy?
Is this
was gonna
circle
say-
out of Ice Storm now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would have faded. How high was Ragnar?
40 feet.
Not anymore, but she was.
Yeah, she's down on the floor now.
Yeah, I'll say that you technically take damage hitting the ground.
Yeah, but she's already
Yep.
unconscious. So it doesn't matter.
It makes her fail a death save.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Like I said, I
Well-
wasn't trying to be. I was just like, you technically.
Well, man,
yeah.
I am hidden, but I'm still obviously like looking around the corner, watching. Right.
Yeah.
All right. As she's falling, as she gets closer to the ground, I'm gonna cast Featherfall on her. With my reaction.
Fair enough.
I like to be fair to the
Good,
GMs.
that's good. Yeah, I missed it.
Mhm.
I missed it. So, Signe, you're no longer raging, correct?
That is correct.
So you would take 28 points of slashing damage from its claws. And it is our boy Osmond's turn.
All right, Osmond. Osmond's gonna do what he's been doing, which is 3 more longbow shots and hope and pray to pass a wisdom save.
Watching his sisters get beat up.
19 hits.
It does.
He gets 7. And wisdom save.
No.
No, Osmond.
Hey, he's still taking this better than any of us would.
Right? Yeah, and that's his turn, unfortunately. He's got an action surge, but he's only got so many arrows, so...
Is this thing back in my range?
It would have swooped down to attack you and then gone back up.
I think... Do its claws have a 10-foot reach?
No, they have a 5-foot reach.
Oh. So it would have provoked an op attack from Signe then.
Correct. That's kind of crazy to me that it's 5. Its bite is 10 feet, but its claws. I guess it has little. Maybe it has
Yeah.
little Tyrannosaurus
T-Rex arms.
I think it's the ancient ones have a 10-foot claw reach.
All right, so you hit, so more damage. I just did that thing where when I forgot to hit the minus. So when I took the damage, I just made the damage their hit points.
Yeah, that's just a 10.
I hate it when I do that.
That's just
All
a
right.
10.
Yep. So it flew back up. So it is now. We'll say it just went back to 40 again.
I do not like this.
That's why you need the wizard to cast fly on the barbarian.
I don't have fly.
You're not a wizard.
They don't know that.
I guess I'll take cover behind here and use the dodge action.
Alrighty.
All right. So Griswold is going to step out. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Go up to Ragna, and pour the healing potion into her mouth.
Yay.
Good
2d2 plus 2. So you get 6 hit points, and you'll be able to get back up. So that was his movement and action.
Wait, 2d2?
Isn't it?
I thought it was d4s.
2d4.
Yeah.
2d4 plus 2.
Oh, I thought it was like a smaller one.
It is. That is the smallest one. 2d4 plus 2 is the small one.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, 2. Okay. So 9 instead. And yeah, so that's all his movement. And he will use his bonus action to yeah, I'll just use my bonus action to I can't dodge, right? No, I can't dodge. So
No,
yeah,
dash, disengage, or hide.
I will dash, and I will just move over so maybe like he can't target me and her at the same time.
Okay.
And that's it.
Callum.
I had considered trying to just drag Osmond closer, but the more I think about it, the more I think I don't think I can grapple Osmond because I'm not very athletic.
And he's very athletic. In fact, I think elite athlete or something is one of his skills.
Yeah, he's a remarkable athlete, and I have little monk noodle arms. So Callum is instead going to double back on that idea and go there, because he's still 40 feet up, so I definitely can't get him into my normal range, and just take 2 more shots with disadvantage with the sling. Both of which miss. And then I'm going to keep just scooting over this way to try to spread out some potential damage.
Urbid.
See, the thing is, I could stop doing the Call Lightning to try and do Earthbind, but I'm trying to, like, burn his resistances, which I've done 2.
Yep.
So, again, as I'm continuing calling words of thunder, I will speak words of the balm towards Ragnar.
Yay. Thank you.
I'm going to be rolling 4d6. So you gain 18.
Holy shit!
And you get 4 temporary hit points.
Wow.
You're just barely within range. Also, is that your last of your bomb?
That's the last of my bomb, and the bomb's 120 feet.
Oh, I thought it was only 60 feet. Even better. Dang.
Yeah.
Gotta remember that range. I thought it was shorter.
I don't need to go anywhere near combat. And yeah, as Sylvan words crackling with lightning continues to spew from his mouth. Wait for the 3D dice.
Damn.
It will take that damage.
It must have a serious dislike for me at this stage.
Yeah, I think so. Ragna, you have
You-
hit points.
You're
Yay.
kind of the only one who can hit it right now, so be prepared.
Yep, Ragna kind of flaps her wings to get herself back up to her feet with half her movement, and then will fly go hereabouts, and then be smart and actually use Eldritch Blast 3 times.
I know you said you fly over there. Are you staying close to the ground, or are you going
Yes,
up?
she is. No, she's staying close to the ground.
Rick wants
Hovering.
to learn that lesson.
Yep. The 2 bottom ones hit, right?
Yep.
Okay. Whoops.
Nice damage.
All right. This dragon, it's looking pretty. You can see the damage that you have done to this dragon. So bits of its scale are starting to, come off. You can see a little bit more of the open flesh. Nothing as cliched as go for the weak spot, that kind of thing. But it's taking damage. And indeed, this is. Dragons are intelligent creatures, and it has had enough of Arvid.
Seems fair.
So it is actually going to see. It will land next to you.
I disagree.
Ooh.
He does not consent to the landing.
So it's a bite attack and 2 claw attacks. What is your AC? What is your AC? 18?
It is, yes, but I can silvery barbs.
Okay.
One of the attacks.
So one just hits with an 18. There's an 18, a 27, and a 21.
I'll barbs the second.
What does that do?
It half is.
Just forces a reroll.
Yeah.
That was a claw attack. It's a 30 this time. Actually, it's 2 30s. It was 30 at disadvantage as well.
I know it's gonna suck, but it was worth
Oh,
a
you're
go.
given the advantage too for that
Yes.
yourself for your upcoming death save.
I'm actually going to give it to Signa.
Thank you.
So your next attack ability or whatever is at advantage.
So, all told, because you get piercing, slashing, and fire damage, you take 55 points of damage.
And a few concentration checks, I'm assuming.
Shit, I'm trying to select my sheet to take the fucking hit points out. I've got it on the wrong tool. Was it minus 53?
55.
Okay, and so what was the damage on the first attack total?
All right, so I already halved the, because you took it on the second one, right? Because the first one's the
You
18.
didn't. It didn't have the damage. It just forced him to re-roll it.
Oh, which was the 30. Never mind. So the first attack was 23 piercing and 6 fire. That was his bite attack.
So
So total was 29.
okay, so I need to hit a 15?
Yep. Yep. Perfect.
Okay, and the next one, please.
13. It was 23 and 6, and then 13 and 13.
Oh,
Nice.
I keep the call lightning.
You can also get a attack of opportunity because it's going to fly up again.
Silvery barbs, was it your reaction?
It was.
Right, so it will fly up. It will be about 30 feet in the air this time.
I mean,
I don't know if that'll make much of a difference, but it's a little bit lower to the ground.
That does make a difference.
All right, so Osmond.
All right. Well, hey, he still can't get closer. Let's see. I'm almost out of arrows. 3 misses.
Just have him. Well, I guess he can't move any closer unless it is. But you could just go around and try to pick up all the arrows that he's
Right.
scattered.
And wisdom it's only a
odds, man.
12. Sad, man.
That
Such a
sucks.
such a scaredy boy.
Well, I mean, like if he
Uh,
has a +3, that could be worse. You know.
Yeah,
Pass with a -1.
yeah.
Crazy. Or
But
Osmond, his whole
that's
life
Osmond's everything.
all right, Signe.
I'm
Got
just saying,
anything
if
to
he
hit
was
for-
gonna come here by himself, he would have been dead.
That's true, for sure.
Yep.
I don't know. Can I yeet my long sword at him? It's just a regular long sword.
I've got a weird one for you if you're willing to listen to it.
Yeah.
If you move closer to Arvid and ready an attack,
You will lose your rage between now and then, though, if you've started it again.
I mean, she'll have advantage on her next attack, but I've just thought of a weird way to get her there.
Are you going? I know exactly what you're going to do, and I approve.
I have no idea what it is, but I will hold my attack until Arvin does whatever he does.
I will accept it this time, but no table talk. If
Yeah,
Signe
fair
wouldn't know that, then at the very least, you have to wait. It would have to be Arvid's turn to say, "Hey, come over here." But I'll let it.
Yeah.
I'll let it slide this time.
Well, she'd want to be a meat shield for him anyway.
And you can't. Throw it.
Alright.
That's not really a thing, because it's not a thrown weapon.
Alright. So Griswold is going to attempt, because he has the athlete feature, so I can make a high jump like better than others. So I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna.
How-
You said this
how-
is what?
It's not even tall enough to provide full cover. It's only like 2 or 3 feet.
I know, but if it's like 2 or 3 feet and I could jump high in the air, I can throw my dagger at it with no disadvantage.
Oh, you throw it too. Yeah, that could work. That could work.
So I wanna-
like that idea.
Yeah, I want to try to step on this and launch myself up to see if I could get within 20 feet of it.
All right, what's your jump? Because D&D jumps are ridiculous. So let's see it.
I mean, I have a 13 strength. What? So
Normally, if I don't know how much athlete feet gives you off the top of my head, but
it
if
doesn't
you
give
got
you more. It just lets you do it in less movement. It does not cost any. Or you can do it in 5 feet instead of 10 feet.
with a running start and a 13 strength, you can jump 4 feet straight up.
Yeah. All right, so that ain't gonna work. But I'll still. So what I'll do, Matt, is I'm going to still run and jump, and I'm not gonna really aim for the dragon with my first throw. I want to just aim above its head, like somewhere above its like body and stuff.
Okay.
So I'll throw this up there. It'll be, a 15 because I'm throwing out of range. But as long as it's somewhere up above him, like, and when I see it get up there, I'm going to teleport to it and try to like fall down onto its back.
Okay. Acrobatics for that.
Okay.
It's probably acrobatics and then a strength check to make sure you can hold on.
All right. Well, can I attack while I'm falling, and so that way, even if I don't hold on, I still hit it? Because that was my main goal, was to get an attack in rather than, I mean, landing on it. Sure, I'll stay if I can, but if I could just get the attack in for sure.
Say with a 23 in acrobatics, you can do that.
Okay, so this will be the attack for 27 to hit, so that's 14 damage. And then you said the strength to see if I stay on.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're gonna fall and take the damage from that.
Well, I'm falling.
I'd give you a 9 for the dismount, but a 2 for the landing.
So you jump up, you teleport, you slice it as on your way down with it, and then you just free fall to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds about right. Right. Yeah, that'll be my turn. So what do I take for damage for falling?
Let's see, fall damage.
I think it's D6 per
How
10
high
feet.
did you go? Yep.
I mean, if the dragon's 30 feet, I'm falling 30 feet.
Yeah. So it is 1d6 for every 10 feet that you fall.
Yep.
So 3d6 is actually not too bad when you think about it.
Nah, not at this level.
Yeah, at level 1, that's real bad, but
Instant death for a commoner.
it's. Do you want to roll or do you want me to roll it?
I'll roll it. I'll do it. I'll roll 3d6. 8 points of damage, so I had 4 bonus hit points, so that might. All right, so I am somewhere down here below him. Her.
All right, Callum.
He's within 30 feet of the ground. So let's see. How bad is Signe looking over there? Or I'm sorry, Ragna. I always get you two's names mixed up. How bad's Ragna looking?
Ragnar's up here.
Yeah.
It's looking singed and hurt, but like not terribly bloody. Still very hurt.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. Callum's gonna move here. To there. He is gonna be just out of range on that dragon still. That's okay. So he'll take his 2 shots with his sling at disadvantage. Miss with both of them. Happens. That's okay. And then he's going to fall back to Ragna because Ragna can fly. And then use his bonus action for Flurry of Blows because he attacked. And then use his Flurry of Healing and Harm to replace both attacks with a Hand of Healing. So Ragna, you heal for 14.
Ooh.
And that is his turn.
Arvid.
Okay. So I'll do the cool looking thing, which is I'll start running towards Signa somewhere under the dragon and send her up through a hidden path.
I didn't realize I could be sent up on a hidden path.
So yeah, I probably would have ran to there, launched her up through the hidden path. So that would probably prop the held action.
Yes.
Swing, bada bada.
Damn, if only you crit on 19s.
You weren't raging, were you, Sam? Because you didn't attack on your turn.
No, I didn't.
So you don't get a rage bonus or divine fury.
Oh, is that still on? Oh, my bad. I must have tied it in. But yes, you're right.
And you wouldn't get 2 attacks because the held action isn't your full.
Right.
Oh, it doesn't come with extra attack? That's my bad.
No. Electric attack only works if it's on your turn.
Oh, that's my bad then. Sorry.
So just 8 force.
Well, it would have the 18 would have missed anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But and are you? So if I'm mistaken, you're on the dragon right now, Signe?
Yes, and the first attack would have been 22 or to hit.
Yeah, that hit.
Yeah, so that's all.
Ragnar.
That was just me bonus action.
Okay.
So I'll say I'm continuing the lightning. So
Now, question. Never mind. I was going to say, the lightning's an AoE, but you don't have to center it right on him. I thought you were going to use Signe as a lightning rod for a second.
God, That's such a low
I mean,
roll.
you
So yeah,
could.
it won't use the resistance on that. I'll take that damage.
Yeah, it's such a low roll.
Oof.
My turn.
Yeah, sorry, it's Regnan's turn.
That is okay. She's gonna fly 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, and then. Oops.
Can you do that teleporty thing again as a bonus action?
No, but she can do Misty Step.
Ooh.
And she's gonna Misty Step the remaining 30. She's gonna be right, like, under-ish the dragon. So she falls less feet if she falls. And she's gonna attack twice. This one. And this one. So she misses the second, but hits the first. And then she's going to Divine Smite it.
Who needs lightning when you can just attack it
Holy
with a sword?
shit!
Divine Smite. She'll do it at
First smite.
4th level.
God damn, when a paladin novas, they go nova.
Uh-huh. Hi, did you include your... Oh yeah, you did. There it is. I was hunting for it. I was like, don't you get extra damage from being a... Who is it? Nazmar.
Yeah, very few things pop off like a pally.
Yep. Oh, I have a question. I technically haven't declared this, but it's still sort of my turn. Could I use Regna's inspiration to try to get that 17 past?
Sure.
Wait, what is the roll?
I think I gave you D8 inspiration die.
Okay,
Just lovely enough.
sweet. Extra 15 damage. And
You want
no
to smite
more
on that one too?
Let's see. Yeah, she can smite on this one, but only a second. There. An extra 13.
Alrighty.
And now she's under the dragon.
So first and foremost, Signe, make an acrobatics check. See if you can hang on while this dragon tries to get you off. So what did I say? So you would fall 30 feet. So another, what is it, 3d6?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh. So you have been shaken off.
Those knees are gonna hurt tomorrow.
She's a superhero landing. It's fine. I believe, Ragna, you would get an attack of opportunity.
Okay. Miss.
So I believe everybody knows what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
That is another dexterity saving throw, which you'll all probably pass. Which looks like, by your health, all of you need to pass.
I'm also going to use my reaction to absorb elements.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it at 6th level. No, I'll just do it
Interesting.
I'll just do it at 5th.
Interesting.
So I'll take half, but something to roll anyway.
Hold on,
I don't think I need to worry about it, but Ragna, how high up are you?
She's 25 feet.
So I wouldn't be in range of your thing, right?
Nope.
Okay. So what does absorb elements do?
Okay, I'll roll it in chat for you.
Gives resistance to an elemental damage type, so Arvid will take half of whatever damage he would take.
And because I'm doing it at 5th level, my next attack basically does an extra 6d6 of fire damage.
Which will go great against the dragon.
It also only applies to a melee attack, so I'm curious what the strategy is here.
Don't worry about it.
I super want to see it.
So,
Nice,
Griswold,
nice.
you are the only one who succeeds.
Alrighty.
So, Signe and Ragna take 60 points of fire damage.
Oh,
I take 30.
Yes, you would take 30. And Griswold, you take nothing again?
0 evasion.
Okay, time for a con save of 15.
Just turn sideways and get in between the flames. So, Ragna and Signe are
Just
on-
enough.
And it is Osmond's turn, having seen now both of his sisters unconscious from fire damage.
Well, he has exactly 2 arrows left, so he's only making 2 attacks this turn and not 3.
Baby!
All right, let's see.
Yes, that's right.
1 hit.
Signe is an orc. Half orc.
So he managed to do 8 piercing.
Wait a minute, though.
That's
Signe, were you raging, though?
Oh no, do I have to be raging for it?
You
Yes,
do have to be raging.
Fudge now.
So, Osmond gets 1 attack that hits, 1 that misses, and he's now out of arrows.
It'd be perfect if that was the killing shot. That would have been amazing.
I know. So,
Unfortunately, 8 is not even close.
wisdom save on his turn.
Come on, Osmond. Damn it.
No. Sad boy. That's everything.
His sword is better than his longbow.
Significantly better, but he can't reach because he can't get closer.
All right, it's a death save for Signe.
I had a temporary dir where I forgot I could just hit death save.
All right. It's Griswold's turn. I'm not exactly sure what he would do.
I am pretty sure that I have no idea what the hell he would do. I always am like, I know what I would do, and it's never what Griswold does. So, just whatever I would do the opposite.
I'll also say that the dragon's back at 40 feet. I didn't mention what the height.
Okay. Yeah, does anyone have any idea what Griswold will do? Do we want to just wait on his turn until he gets back?
Oh, you're back?
Yep.
Okay.
It would. Like, it didn't even go out for long enough for my clocks to turn off, but it just went long enough for the computer to restart.
Oh, that sucks.
All right. So how far away is the dragon right now? Like, how high up in the air is it?
It's 40 feet now.
40 feet now. Okay. All right. I mean, I'm going to try to do the same thing again. I'm going to try to throw the dagger up above its head. So This will be my last use of it. So, and then I'm going to, once again, try to, I'm just going to try to land on it this time. I don't want to really focus on the attack. So what was that? A strength check?
It's acrobatics for the landing and strength to see if you can hold on.
Oh.
No, we'll just do acrobatics. Acrobatics is what knocked Signe off. So we'll just do acrobatics.
All right. Well, it's only an 11.
That would not be enough.
Okay. In that case, for my bonus action, I am going to use Misty Step to get onto its back more easily.
Okay.
So that is another second level spell. So now I use my action and bonus action. So that's the end of my turn. I'm just trying to hold on to it so I can get 2 attacks next round.
Alrighty.
So I'll be up there with it.
Callum.
Let's see. How far can I go? Making here. Arvid's still conscious. These 2 are not.
Correct.
I'm going to make 2 attacks at disadvantage with my sling. Hey, 23 hits.
Indeed.
So he takes 12 damage from me.
Nice.
And then I'm going to, because I attacked, Flurry of Blows, trade them both for Hands of Healing. Let's see who gets what. Ragna, you're at 12. Signe, you're at 7.
Thank you.
And Callum is going to look over at Arvin. Just, can you get me up there? Might have a plan. But that's all his movement, so that's his turn.
Arvid.
Game time decision. Do I continue hitting it with lightning, which is consistent? Or do I start messing around?
Flip a coin. You're Faye. Messing around is always an option.
You got a wall of force you ain't been telling us about, buddy? Because I'd like that.
I mean, I've got plane shift.
No.
No, I need to at least keep myself alive, unfortunately.
You already died once. It's fair.
Yeah. So, 6th level, I'm going to healing word myself.
Just whisper sweet nothings into your ear.
Someone's got to.
I like all these big spells, though. 6th level spells. I love it.
Ooh, I healed 21 points of damage.
You did better on your bombs.
Yeah, no shit.
Uh-huh.
At least with the bombs, you get temporary healing as well.
Yeah.
And
I just healed 21 with 1 key point, man.
hey, my bonus action spells are good at keeping everyone going. And yep, level 7, I'm going to continue the longest storm I can possibly do.
Do it. More lightning.
This lasts for 10 minutes.
That's pretty good rolls.
And you keep saving on your con saves, or concentration saves, so
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
So yeah, that's that, and I've got another 30 feet, so I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Mm.
Because I'm not an
Ooh.
idiot.
I rolled for the save. I rolled a nat 20.
Damn.
It's still 39 halved is still what, 18, 19?
Yeah, it's still good
19.
damage. But I'm just excited because, I mean, I saved on a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm honestly just trying to burn through your legendary
I
resistances.
still have one. I have not used it.
Yeah.
Just keeping that in the back pocket because I don't know what y'all can do. I purposely don't
Yeah.
look at your character sheets. I have no idea what you guys can do.
Yeah, that's the uh-oh. A spell has been cast on me that actively makes this a bad fight. I don't think that's gonna go to lightning.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right.
that's big.
Ragna, with your
Unless
12
the
hit
lightning
points.
would kill it.
Yes, right.
Ragna is gonna get up and then fly 15 feet in the air and do 3 Eldritch Blasts at it. Missing everything.
You're a little woozy, you know.
Yep.
Been knocked out a few times. All right. Well, first we got to see if the breath recharges. It does not. No fire breath to kill you all a second time. So, we'll do a acrobatics check from Griswold to see if you can hang on.
Alrighty. Acrobatics it is. Nope.
Nope. So 40 feet is what you're falling this time.
And once I get down, I am going to use my bonus, or not bonus, my reaction to feather fall myself.
I had always just assumed you were proficient in acrobatics.
Nah. Tumbling was not his specialty.
All right, so it's going to fly over and behind and then swoop down, and seeing this little weasel of a monk come in and raise the dead.
Repeatedly. You're
Yeah.
welcome. Come at me. I haven't taken damage yet.
So first of all, we will it's going to roar extremely loudly. You can see the flames bellowing from its mouth. So everybody everybody within 120 feet, go ahead and do a wisdom save, please.
Oh, we repeating that now.
We are.
Griswold just wet himself.
Interesting.
Griswold just fell off and he's like, oh god.
Callum is not close enough to Ragna because she's 15 feet in the air.
Interesting. I assume Osmond doesn't have to make a save because he's still afraid from the first time.
He just continued being afraid. So Arvid and Ragna succeed. Everybody else is afeared.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a free action. I get to do that. I could do that every time if I wanted to.
I think technically we're supposed to be immune to it after the first one.
Yeah, I think you're right. If you have been afraid of it, you can't be afraid of it again, I believe.
Well, I'm good.
Yeah.
Because I already was afraid of it.
Correct. So if you've been afraid for the next 24 hours, you can't be afraid again. But Callum hasn't been afraid, correct?
True. He is not.
So it's only if you've been afraid, been affected by it before.
So yeah, Callum is afeared. I only have rolled a 10. I need another level before I get that proficiency in all saving throws.
Was Signe? Was she previously afraid of it? I don't think she was.
Nope.
She wasn't.
I
So
gave
you
it
are
the middle finger.
Yeah, you're right. Because you were like a natural 20 on the first one. So you are now, and the rest of you are good to go. Either you've already been afraid or you passed. So he's going to attack. He's going to attack a bite and 2 claws on Callum.
Which means he comes down within 5 feet of me.
Correct.
Which means he's also within 5 feet of Ragna.
She's 15 feet in the air.
Yep, he's 15 feet tall, isn't he? Because he's huge. She is, I mean.
Yes, she is. All right, what's your AC?
20.
So misses on the first one, the bite. So
Nice. That's the scary one.
But a critical hit on the first claw and a 25 on the second.
Those are both hits.
So these are both slashing damage. It's 15 plus 8 plus. If I could do math here. So it's 39 points of slashing damage. Just for fun, how much would you have taken from that bite? You would have taken an extra 20 from the bite.
Still would have been above half, but not by much.
Because it was a 19 and a 31 on that roll for the bite. All right, so if you would like to use your reactions to swing at the dragon as she flies back up, you can do so.
Absolutely. It will be a disadvantage because I'm afraid. I need to double check something because that connects. I don't think I can put anything on it, but I might be able to. Oh, you know what? I totally can. Hey, you know that legendary resistance we were talking about?
Yeah.
It's not likely to burn it. Once per turn. I'm going to spend 2 key points. The first one is going to definitely just be a free hand of harm. So actually, no, I won't bother with the hand of harm because it's going to be my turn like very soon. So 7 bludgeoning damage, and I'm going to spend that key point on a stunning strike. So that is a DC. Oh, what is it now? I'm level 13, so 5. So a DC 18 con save.
27.
Okay, never mind.
That was the natural 20, actually.
That's okay. I got my 7 bludgeoning in.
It's those con saves.
Yeah, stunning strike, not very reliable, but if it had worked, was definitely a legendary resistance moment.
Yeah. All right, Osmond.
All right, well, Osmond can't do anything because he's still afraid of it and he's out of ammo.
So he's rolling wisdom saves until he succeeds, then. That's his turns.
Yep, so let's see how he does.
At least if he gets out of line of sight, he could do it without disadvantage.
I didn't even realize he had disadvantage this whole time. It hasn't mattered.
It hasn't mattered. That's the first time you've rolled rolled over a 19.
Yeah, so, yeah, I guess if getting out of line of sight does do that for him, then he will do that. He'll get down behind this dragon statue. But that's the turn for him.
Signe.
Ew.
40 feet in the air.
That's a dragon statue. Slide over the edge of this wall and crouch down in a dragon statue behind it in the wall.
Alrighty.
I guess I'll need my wisdom save.
One of the few things that Callum cannot fix for conditions is fear. Can fix you if you're blinded, poisoned, paralyzed. Not afraid.
Griswold.
All right. I'm trying to think, man. I don't know what I can really do. I will. Yeah, I will go ahead and is there anything I could even get in range for? I don't think so. I have one more Misty Step, but I don't want to use it yet. He just came down and went at Callum, so I'll move back over here next to Callum and take the dodge action, and I will, so as my bonus action, I'll take, wait, I can't dodge as bonus, right? Can I?
No. Monks
Yeah.
can, rogues can't. Monks have to
Alright.
spend key to do it, though.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll take my bonus or I'll use my action to dodge, and as a bonus action, nothing.
All right. Callum.
Callum is going to use his action on his turn for stillness of mind. So he just stops being afraid automatically.
That's pretty cool.
Takes my action, so I can't attack this turn. But it is nice.
It's 40 feet in the air, so I mean, you just have to throw slings at it anyway.
Right, as my slings is not very good anyway, so it's a good use.
Seems worth it.
And then Callum is going to... I know that Griswold just moved up to stay with me, but I'm going to leave so that we don't all get breath weaponed.
Just pat him on the shoulder. Hey, buddy. And then just...
Yeah. Good for you. I can't even like give you healing before I run off because I have to attack to get my bonus action healing. Yeah. Okay. Peace.
Yeah. As he runs up, you're like, oh yeah, sorry, I'm leaving. That was
How tall are these pillars, by the way?
They're probably about 20 feet.
Okay. That's the turn.
Arvid.
Oh, shit.
I should take that back. They're probably 15 feet. 20's a little high.
Right.
Okay. At 3rd level, I'm going to cast Healing Word at Griswold. So this is the bonus.
Alrighty.
So you'll need to make a dex save because I'm continuing the Call Lightning, but I'm also going to Silvery Barb you to give you disadvantage.
The dragon?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't. Disadvantage is fine. I rolled 2 13s, so.
Technically, you only have to do that after it rolls.
No,
So-
I was just letting him know I was doing it.
Okay.
And I'm going to give Ragnar advantage on her next action.
Hmm.
Give me movement.
No, I'm good where I am.
Then it is Ragnar's next attack.
Yep. Regna is already 15 feet in the air, so she's gonna use her movement to fly under the dragon again and attack twice.
That soft underbelly.
Yes, yeah.
Oh!
Umbrella Ambassador. And there is that one, and she's also gonna toss in, of course, a smite. I'm just gonna cast it at level 2 since it's crit, and then the second damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Where does the
Where do you
18
get the
come
plus
from?
18 from? Yeah.
What?
Where do you get a plus
14
18 from?
The plus 8, it gives her plus 18.
It's the... Oh, sorry, I rolled the wrong one. Minus... What does the hex
I know you-
do?
I know you get. Oh, that's what it is, because you
Yeah.
have hex, which is plus 5.
Yeah,
and
but it's
your
just not...
racial your racial gives you an extra plus 13 because you are in your winged form.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
just minus 5 damage because he's no longer, or
Okay.
she's no longer hexed.
It's just such a large number. I'm thinking, where's an 18 come from?
Is that 68 then? I think it's
I can't.
20.
34,
That's 34.
39, 49, 53, 55. So I count 50. Oh, and then the smite. So,
73.
yeah, 68.
Oh, it would be
73. 73 minus 5, right?
Oh, yeah.
minus
yes.
5, and then maybe plus... Is it plus 1 more D... No, that's Never mind. I'm good.
Yeah, so that was
Well, your smite would crit too.
It didn't crit.
No, the first attack still crit.
Oh, did it? Oh, yeah, because it's a 19. But you lost Hexblade's Curse?
Yep.
I don't remember if that goes away when you're unconscious.
It
It
goes
wasn't a
away
crit.
when you're incapacitated, which
Right.
Rena did get.
So we actually want to peel another 5 off of there and another 2 for the crit. So 61 total.
That's still a crap ton of damage. So you slice into the underbelly of the dragon where there are much softer scales than you. All of you, probably Griswold would be splattered with some viscera that just splashes onto the ground, and you hear the dragon roar in pain, and it is definitely injured at this point. Like, very, very hurt.
Yay.
So obviously it's going to attack Ragnar.
Yeah.
What's your 20? So also misses on the bite. But hits on both of the claws. It's 11 and 15, so 26 points of slashing damage.
Okay, Ragna is unconscious and she falls.
I have more first level spells. I will feather fall her when she gets close to the ground. I have one more now, I should say.
And it is going to start moving away, trailing blood behind it. Osmond.
All right. Just a wisdom save for Osmond. You know what? I haven't been able to pass this at all. And it's starting to try to run away now, which I don't like. I'm going to try that Indomitable. There's no better time to do it, I guess. Let's see.
He's the only one with full hit points, so. Ah.
No. Okay, that's his turn.
Signe.
Hop back up.
You're still feared. You can't move that one direction.
Well, I want to get to my sister.
You can't willingly move closer to the dragon, though, if you're afraid of it.
Dude. Guess I'll get here. Action to feed potions. I guess I'll take the dodge action until next turn.
Griswold.
All right. How high up is it now?
It would have. It's probably actually at this point about 20.
Only 20 feet?
Yep.
All right. Fuck it. I'm running again. I'm jumping off of this, and I am going to bonus action, last level 2 spell, Misty Step onto its back again.
Okay.
And now with my main action, I am going to try to stab the matron's feather into the back of its head as deep as I can. I'm going to use my D8 inspiration dice. It'll hit, so it just won't do the crit damage. It would do 11 instead.
Okay.
And I'm trying to leave that like digging in so I could use it as like something to grip onto in case this thing tries to shake me off again.
All right.
And that'll be my turn.
Callum.
Okay. This is going to be odd, but we're going to do it. Callum's going to move
And yeah, Signa, you can roll a wisdom save because you didn't do that on your.
He is going to use his action to feed Ragna that one healing potion that he still had. Ragna, you're at 7.
Yep.
He still has 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 10 feet of movement. He's going to use his bonus action to Step of the Wind. And because he is a monk, he can run up walls. So he's going to run up that pillar and jump on the dragon too. That's everything he can do this turn.
Arvid.
I think you guys are not going to enjoy what happens next.
Go for it.
Yep, so the two of you are probably going to have to make some dexterity saves as well.
We're built for it.
Indeed, the two best candidates.
I mean, I'm going to ask a question. It's too late at this stage. Is it like a stormy day today?
It is not. Is it just a foggy day?
Yeah. If it was, I would have been lacking a D10's worth of damage each round, which makes no fucking difference.
I mean, as many turns as it's had, that would have been like a whole nother lightning bolt.
Yeah, I mean, like it might be down by now if you had gotten the extra.
Yeah. But yeah, it wasn't the biggest thing I thought I'd ask since I've got to the bottom of the spell.
Do it.
30?
You won't hit us with lightning, sissy.
I dare ya! Come on! It's not like
You
know.
could aim
Griswold is
closer to
actually-
him.
It's not like Griswold's holding a piece of metal inside of the dragon.
Yeah, no, nothing like that.
That sounds like a Griswold problem.
And holding another piece of metal in his other hand
True.
that he can totally just hold up in the air. Human lightning rod, I'm telling you, it's the way. It makes it work better.
I
If you
clicked on the
survive, you'll have sweet,
spell.
sweet scars.
There it is.
Oof. All right.
All right.
I'll still take half damage because of evasion, but
Callum takes none.
so that's 55. So I'll take 27.
27.
If you save, Matt, I'll use a silvery barb to make you reroll.
No, because that's gonna burn the last legendary resistance.
That's kind of worth it.
Yeah. But that does mean it's almost dead.
Yeah. I think after a lightning bolt of that power, you'd hope so. You're probably out of range of 60 feet, aren't you?
20 feet in the air.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just double checking healing word distance, but I don't think.
Out of 7 dice, only 1 was under like average. Holy shit.
I was going to say, healing word 60 feet? Who are you aiming for?
I was gonna probably do Griswold because he's just got struck by lightning.
He's in the same space as the dragon, so he is totally within your range still. He's only like 20, 25 feet away and about the same distance up.
Yeah.
Even added together, even if that was a straight line, 25 and 25 is less than your 60-foot range.
No, I think I'll hold off on it for now. I'm gonna spend a level 3 slot healing word for Ragnar.
Alright, so it is Ragnar's turn, and for Griswold and Callum, you can see sort of like beneath the skin, the scales of this dragon, you can see it's like there's a internal sort of glow that's starting to pulsate from underneath. So what does Ragnar want to do?
She is going to get up for 15 feet of movement and then fly.
I don't know. I kind of feel like it's been more than 6 turns, but I can't. I don't have a turn tracker, so
Yeah, I also haven't been tracking that, I admit.
I mean, it's 10 turns in a minute, so I think we haven't hit that limit yet. Though it's gotten close.
I wish there was. I wish that you can do the turn order, but I wish it was all just on there by default.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I know a lot of people.
if you put things on the character, like the extra things, if you press a number by it.
Yeah, you can do
Yep.
that too.
Yeah, that's how most people who I've played with online track like concentrations for a minute. Is they just put like a 10 countdown on the little stopwatch icon.
Yeah, that's probably easier to do because I don't like the turn thing because it actually puts it in the turn order. Like you have to like.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, whatever. It's fine.
Okay. Well, before she takes off, can she bonus action throw some javelins on the ground?
I don't see why not.
Okay, she's gonna just
Drop some jabs.
drop. She has 5 javelins. She's gonna yeet them to the floor and then take off and then use her Eldritch Blast 3 times. The first and then the second. And the javelins are right there if anybody accesses them.
So
You bet
as
your
those,
buttons I'm going to access them.
Did you make your save against fear?
she did not.
So you're not.
So no, you're not. All right. Acrobatics checks from Callum and Griswold. Griswold, I'll say you can have advantage because you've got a grip.
Alrighty.
Sad.
Oh, thank God.
Callum, you're gonna fall, unfortunately.
That's okay. I'm a monk. I'll slow fall.
Yeah, you're fine. But as it shakes you off, it will actually attempt to attack you as you go to the ground.
How dare it?
That's a 32, 27, and a 20.
Those are all hits.
Oh yeah, I did silver bab. Or did I?
You were gonna, but he used a legendary resist.
Okay, so I'll use it on the bite attack.
I have to reroll it.
Yeah.
Please. Or use the lower of the 2 numbers, whichever you prefer.
They're all hits, even with it.
Okay.
I tried.
Who are you giving advantage to?
I'm going to give advantage to Signa. She seems afraid and she's not quite shook it off yet.
Callum's unconscious with 60 points.
No, I'm not. If I take 60, I'm still at 32.
Oh, that looked like a 5-2 on my screen. I'm zoomed out too
Nope.
much.
9-2.
You're fine.
How?
Griswold, you're also over there.
Yep.
It is Osmond's turn. Come on, buddy.
You
Osmond.
can do
Osmond.
it.
Osmond.
I mean,
He's
so far away now, dude.
Oh,
my God. I mean, like the odds of it are just astronomical.
Oh, that's okay. He got in some good shots with that bow.
He did.
He's quite the archer.
All right, Signe. can't move towards the javelins, but you can try and save on your wisdom for next turn.
Hopefully the soothing words will... Nope.
All right.
I want Griswold to miss this so bad so Callum can just do non-lethal damage to this dragon.
All right. I once again will. I'm gonna just for flavor. I'm gonna use the offhand dagger first to try to stick that one in to have a grip, so I can pull the other dagger out and get some force behind it. So I'll do Shadow Song first, missing, and then I'm gonna try the Matron's Feather and just jam it in even further into the same wound. 14 points of damage.
It is still up.
Okay. If you would have given me advantage, I would have been able to sneak attack it.
I'm gonna lightning bolt the shit out of it in a second.
And yeah, that will be his turn.
Callum, you have enough movement.
And-
Go grab one
I
of
was
those.
gonna say, I'm just going up this column now. And I'm in range. And I'm going to flurry of blows it non-lethally.
Oh, I'm killing it. It doesn't matter.
Let's see.
So you don't need to roll on any of those because, as it always happens, it had 15 hit points and Griswold did 14 points of damage.
Yep. So hey, non-lethal.
So, as the dragon,
Callum literally just... It's looking so bedraggled. I just run up there, and as it's going by, just grab hold of that tail and give it a little tug, and it loses momentum and just falls.
well, here's the thing. So the dragon falls to the ground 20 feet. And that pulsating that you saw under the skin increases, and you can see that the scales start popping off of the dragon.
Griswold runs.
So
He-
Griswold and Callum both do dexterity saving throws.
Oh fuck.
Dragon's gonna blow up.
Okay. All right. I'm not terrible.
Sad.
So these scales start flying. There's flames everywhere. Callum, you take 43 points of fire damage.
Fire damage. Okay. I am now unconscious.
And the bones of this dragon stand up and roar. And we'll just go ahead and stop there for this week.
Uh-oh.